All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another live stream. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so good to be back amongst all of you guys. The reason why we didn't do too many live streams is there wasn't much going on in the morning of Chelsea news for the past couple of days, but obviously there's been a lot of news in the evening, so that's why it was a loaded news update later on in the evening. But I thought this is timely. Obviously, we've got the match against Manchester City coming around very, very soon, so timely to do a members call-in show. So members out there, if you want to join in today, we want to talk about all of these recruitments that's happening behind the scenes. Loans manager, then we've got another recruiter that we are supposedly getting from Brighton. So I wanted to talk to you guys about all of that. Nana Hashi, big up to you. I was going to say big up to you, my man. I can see that obviously you've got a female's picture on, so big up to you, Nana. Big up to my woman. How about that? Skylar, big up to you. Dexter, big up to you. Good to see all you guys. James Atwood, big up to you as well. Starboy, good to see you as well. Chelsea and Hove Albion. I mean, this is what it's come down to, hasn't it? This is what it's come down to. We've got Victor as well. Big up to you, Victor. So, what's going on, man? Like, I wanna make sense of all of these crazy news that's been floating around. It just makes me wonder, what's Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart? What is their role? They seem to be, if you guys remember, there was a news that was floating around not that long ago saying that Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley, they're going to be getting more people under them. It just makes me wonder, what's Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, what's their role? What are they doing? I mean, there just seems to be so many people. I mean, don't forget Joe Shields, Carl McCauley. I think Carl McCauley is an analyst. Joe Shields, I think, head of recruitment. I don't know. Then you've got Neil Barth. Then you've got a whole heap of other names that we don't even remember anymore. Honestly, just Google it. Like Chelsea's backroom staff is just crazy. And now we want to add a loans manager, which is quite common, but it just makes you think, does everyone know what they're doing? Like, does every member at Chelsea Football Club, do they know what they're doing? And then we want to add another person from Brighton, another recruiter, the recruiter that replaced Paul Winstanley. We want to get him as well. His name is Sam Jewell. I mean, at this stage, it makes me think, honestly, Todd Bowley and Baghdad Iqbal, you should have just got Brighton. I think it would have made your life a lot easier. Brighton had Caicedo. You wouldn't have to splash all that money on Caicedo. Brighton had Cucurella. You wouldn't have to spend all that money on Cucurella. Levi Colwell was there, and you could have convinced Chelsea to bring in Levi Colwell. It's just, what is going on, man? I don't understand it. I mean, are we doing too much too quick? Like, we haven't even got Chelsea corrected yet. We don't have Chelsea as a structure corrected as yet. And I think maybe they're setting up for that multi-club model structure and getting all of these people. It's just too many. It just makes me think too many stuff happening just way too quickly. That's just the way I feel about it. This is the news, ladies and gentlemen, that was circulating yesterday. Chelsea have made an offer for Brighton's head of recruitment, Sam Jewell, who replaced Paul Winstanley. This is coming from Sam Wallace. Let me know how you guys feel about this, man. Like, more Brighton people at Chelsea Football Club. It's just, we are replicating what they are. It'll just continue being mid-table. That's what it's going to continue. We're a mid-table team, and we'll continue to be a mid-table team. We got Graham Potter as well. Don't forget. Exactly. We got Graham Potter from Brighton as well. Looks like it's all pointing towards Roberto De Zerbi. We are getting all of these people from Brighton. I think Paul Winston is the one that got Roberto De Zerbi as well. And potentially we want to bring in Roberto De Zerbi. Now, look, I don't mind Roberto De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi is a very, very good manager. But I just don't understand this whole love affair, this so much love and affection towards Brighton. It's just, we want to replicate exactly what Brighton does. It just makes me a bit sick. Chelsea are closing in on an appointment of Josh Marsh from Swansea as loans manager. He'll be active for Chelsea, but also Strasbourg connection and other clubs set to be part of BlueCo group in the future. It's imminent, as David Ornstein called it. So, look, as I said, I think loans manager is quite common. We had Claude Makelele before, but I think these brothers, as you can see, these brothers coming from Swansea. Look, maybe we do need a loans manager, someone who can look after all of this stuff and make sure that the players are going in the right places, make sure that they are getting all the exposure that they need to develop. Does this guy have contacts in Bundesliga? Does he have contacts in La Liga? Does he have contacts in the Premier League? I mean, it's all well and dandy to send loans to the Championship, which is great, but you need to be able to send loans everywhere around the world, not just the Championship. So let's see what happens. Like, to me, the way I look at it, ladies and gentlemen, is that right now I don't like anything about this ownership. Right now, I don't like anything about this ownership, and I want to question everything. I think we have the right to question everything until it actually works out. It's not about, we're finding every little thing to be upset about. No, that's not what it is. Right now, we don't have many things to be happy about. Right now, we can put our hand on our heart and actually say there's too many things from this ownership that has not worked out as yet. So we don't have the liberty to sit here and say, yeah, okay, this loans manager, this is going to work out. So we just have to wait. We have to wait and see what's going on, and we have to be somewhat critical about it, because nothing that these guys have done so far has worked. So what makes us think that all of these things are going to work down the track? So that's how I look at it. Faisal saying, Miz, I will become a member soon and debate this with you. De Zerbi is so overrated and is not Chelsea level. I'm sorry. He gets walloped every time he loses and has no plan B. He's not elite. No problems, my brother. Become a member and debate as much as you want, man. At the end of the day, I always believe there is no right or wrong. There's just perspectives. You have a perspective, I have a perspective. So we can debate as long as we want. If one sees the other person's perception, no problems. But sometimes that may not happen either. Aman, what is the fantasy to go for meaty people from meaty clubs? What happened to going for proven people? I don't understand it, my man. I really don't get it. I'm not sure why we are consistently going after, Brighton, sometimes even Swansea now from the Championship. So I don't get it. Like, what happened to getting the best? Like, you see Man United, right? You see Man United, Ineos has come in. They've taken 25% of shareholdings in Man United, and they're going to look after the footballing side of things, and the Glazers, they'll just reap the benefits of the profit, right, that the club is going to make. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, I believe, for the Ineos, he's the owner. He's come in, and the first thing he's done is he's got the number one guy from Manchester City, made him the CEO at Man United. The guy who has been brilliant at Barcelona, the guy who has been brilliant in Manchester City, he grabbed him and took him and placed him as the CEO. So the way Man United's moving is they're trying to get the best of the best, right? In order to become one of the best again, you're going to have to hire best of the best. So that's what he's done. Now they're going for Dan Ashworth. Dan Ashworth also has got Brighton history, but his current job's in Newcastle, has been doing well at Newcastle. So once again, setting the hierarchy and setting it correctly, CEO, getting a sporting director, Dan Ashworth, they're not going out there and just buying all of these people willy-nilly. I think now they're getting linked to a head of recruitment as well, but they're setting the structure, right? And it seems like they're going for very, very good, very astute people in the industry. We're going for individuals that are working, that seem to be very good for a mid-table team, and we're grabbing them to come to Chelsea Football Club, and we are fast becoming mid-table as well. So yeah, I just don't like it, man. I don't like it, and we have every reason not to like it, because nothing has worked so far under this new ownership. Nothing. So until it actually works, I'm always going to be in the belief that, yeah, I'm going to be skeptical. I'm of course going to be skeptical. So yeah, I can see quite a few members that has logged on. If you guys want to join in, by the way, this is a members call-in show. So members, happy for you guys to log in and jump on and give me your opinion. And if you want to become a member as well, the link is pinned to the live chat. So if you want to become a member and join the call-in show, more than happy for you to join in. The link for members to join in is in the community page. Do check that out. Gabriel Omar Abaz is saying, football belongs to fans. Until we show our strength, they will never take us seriously. They only see dollar signs. It's all a business to them. I've always said this. In fact, recent times I've said this a lot, that as soon as the fans let go of the standards, that's it. Game over. As soon as us fans start appreciating everything that's happening and we're fine with 10th and we're not really pushing the board to thrive for success, that's it. Because the board will think it's all fine. If we're not making too much noise, they'll think it's all fine. If we are making noise and we are setting a bar that, no, this is where Chelsea needs to be at a bare minimum, then only these guys will change. Or else, believe me, nothing will be changed. Nothing will be changed. So yes, we are a huge part in this whole, structure. We have a lot of power. We need to understand that. If we make enough noise, I'm telling you, these owners will have to listen to us. Victor, I hate going back to Brighton, but De Zerbi would fit these players more than Poch. His defensive structure is very questionable, but he is brilliant tactician. Now, look, I need to talk a little bit about this defensive structure that you guys are always talking about in regards to De Zerbi. Let me tell you guys something. De Zerbi, he likes to play in a 1v1 style of football, right? He likes to play 1v1. One player focusing on one particular opposing player. From the matches I've seen with Brighton, that's how Brighton operate. They operate in a 1v1 situation. That's how they try and dictate terms. That's how they try and move the ball around. So when they're defending as well, it's the same concept, 1v1, right? They're not doing zonal. They're not. That's just not the way they operate. Now, this may look exciting sometimes, and this may be disastrous at times. Now, the issue is when it is disastrous, we have to understand that Brighton, they depend a lot of these 1v1 attributes on the players that they have that are good. Of course, they're good, but they're not elite level. So if De Zerbi applied these rules, say, for example, at Liverpool, with better defenders in the likes of Van Dijk, Konate, so on and so forth, I guarantee you, you will not see this level of issues over there. He's doing madness with a Brighton team that has limitations, but he's not going to change his way because of the limitations, because then he goes away from his philosophy. What's the point of that? We as fans enjoy Brighton watching the way they play is because of their style. Now you may sit there and go, nah, I rather them be more pragmatic and respect the opposition and sit back. That's just not how they operate. That's not how they operate. De Zerbi, with better players, will be able to better execute his plans. He's doing a madness with this Brighton team. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand, Brighton are in the second round of the Europa League. Do you know how wild that is? Just deep that for a second. They're in the second round of the Europa League. They were in the same group as Marseille, as Ajax, and as AK Athens. This is not some sort of a Mickey Mouse teams for Brighton. Brighton are not some sort of a powerhouse. The level of football Brighton play it's crazy. It really is crazy. So yeah, of course, at times defensively they get done because they're coming up against opposing teams that may have just better players, and they just not equipped to eradicate that or negate that with better players from themselves. So that's how I look at it. I know recently Brighton got done against Luton, and you may say, well, Luton don't have better players. Now, of course, there are going to be times where opposing teams will be able to carve them out, but it's because of that 1v1 situation. Better team, De Zerbi managing a better team will he will get them far more solidified. He will have far better defensive structure. There's no doubts about that. That's how I look at it. You may look at it differently, but that's just the way I look at it. Constantine, so Winstanley and Stewart, who should not be here in the first place, are pushing for this mediocre hire from Swansea. Hiring mid. Yeah, it's crazy days, man. It's crazy days. Ashraf, big up to you, my man. Big up, Ms. Brother. Get ready for Gyökeres, Ferguson, Duran type of strikers. We go for it. It's going to be a long summer indeed with PSG involved. Now, look, what makes you think, Ashraf, we're going to go for Gyökeres? Like, Gyökeres he apparently has 100 million euros release clause. Unless I know recently we saw a tweet that Chelsea might have 200 million to spend, but I thought we were under FFP issues. I thought we need to get rid of certain players. What makes us think we're going to get Gyökeres if he's going to cost somewhere around 100 million euros? How can we do that? I'm not really sure. Do we have the money? I mean, we have the money, but do we have the capacity within financial fair play? I don't know, man. I'm not really sure if I think someone like John Duran, yeah, that's why we were linked with him, because he is cheap, his wages will be nothing, and he's 23. Do you mean Ferguson is another one from Brighton? He's going to cost a lot of money. It's just not going to happen, man. That's how I look at it. I don't know. Then again, it could be Gyökeres. I'm not really sure. Valent, have no idea who Josh Marsh is. Hopefully our loans now will not be. Yeah, look, let's see, man. Let's see. We can only judge once they have started working and once we actually get to see, what their work has done for us. Like right now, I'm just going to be skeptical about everything, honestly, because right now they've not done anything right. So I'm skeptic. I'm a skeptic. Arash, big up to you, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Chelsea FC. No. London Seagulls. Yes. Yeah, London Seagulls indeed, man. I mean, completely replicating Brighton at the moment. James Adwood, big up to you, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Miz, do you see us making any progress next year? Because I honestly don't. Coin Gang, hit up the likes. Yeah, look. This is the question that we need to ask ourselves. This really is the question. Do we see ourselves progressing next year? We got 2 huge games coming up now back to back. 2 big games coming up back to back. And this really should be the barometer as to where we're heading as a football club. We've got a match in the Premier League coming up against Manchester City, and following that, we've got a final against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. If we really want to show that we are progressing as a football club, we are getting better and better, we need to do something in these next 2 matches. We can't just be done. Like if we are already as a fan base are saying now we're done, then I'm sorry, where is this football club going then? Do you know what I mean? Like, if we can't even have that belief that we may be able to pull off something because the football club is going somewhere, then we're just wasting time. 2 seasons. This is not a joke, man. The new owners have come in and it's been 2 seasons. And if we are sitting here and going, oh, there's no progress, like, you can't just waste 2 seasons, man. Like, time is valuable. You can't just be wasting 2 seasons. And it will come down to it being a waste. For me, it's absolutely been a waste. AJT, big up to you, my man. A big chunk of loans outside of England will be sent to Strasbourg and hopefully a new sister club, which means the loans manager must have a better knowledge of the championship. Look, AJT, don't you feel before we start thinking about Strasbourg and other sister clubs that the new owners want to do, don't you think the wise thing would be to get Chelsea right first? Don't you feel these owners are moving so fast and they're not really getting anything right? They're moving so fast that none of the things are being looked at properly. Strasbourg fans are not even happy with Strasbourg. And we want to get another sister club. Like, there are clubs that are now scared that they don't want to sell to us. Like, for example, maybe Sporting Lisbon. They don't want to be sold to the Blues, the BlueCo. Knowledge of the championship, no problems. That's great. You want to have knowledge of the championship, fantastic. But you need to also have knowledge elsewhere as well. You can't just send all the loanees to championship. You got to be able to send it to many other clubs. It's got to be suitable. How many championship teams? Now, this is why us fans, we need to think deep. We do need to think deep. How many championship teams out there play possession-based football, for example? How many championship? Now, I don't know. The players that we have in our squad, it makes me think that we want to play more technical football. We want to play more possession-based football. We want to be more methodical. I know we've got Poch, and Poch likes to be a little bit more direct, no problems. But the squad that we have makes me think we want to be more technical, which makes me think that we probably didn't really think about who the manager should be for us. So let's just say, for argument's sake, we want to be more technical as a team. Which championship teams out there actually play beautiful from the, from defense, the build up? They play possession-based football. They play with a deep lying playmaker. Like, we talk about knowledge about the championship. What's the point of sending a player to, let's say, I don't know, who's a championship team? Like, let's say, I don't know, Norwich or something, or whatever, Southampton. What's the point? We have to understand that the players are a good fit, not just for that team, but also down the track, good fit. They're going to develop in a manner that's going to work for us. Do you know what I'm saying? So look, I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know a lot about the championship. I don't. But yeah. Duke, too fast, Miz. That's why I have no affection anymore. I want them to fail massively early. I can see next season will be 10th. I mean, yeah, what What evidence do we have that it's going to all work out next season? Hudge is saying Southampton and Leicester are the only ones I know who do that currently. There you go. So it's not like there's so many teams in the Championship that play that tiki-taka type of a football. So, yeah. AJT, the loans manager with better understanding of the Championship, would know the answer to that. Yeah, well, get him onto on this particular channel then. Let's ask him. This is why we're having a conversation, right? Rich Moneymakers, this medical personnel have told that has a lot of experience, and his job is to find out why our players are overworking their muscle unnecessarily. So this will help with injuries. Thank you for that information, my man. Andrew Miz, we are approaching a dead end. Every time we look like we have turned a corner, we lose 2 or 3 games in a row. It's our mentality, Miz. Inconsistency. And look, we got a couple of big games coming up against Manchester City and Liverpool. You know, again, our momentum could take a bit of a hit. And I wish we showed some level of fight. I wish, you know, we were capable of, you know, getting something against Manchester City. I don't know. Maybe we still might be capable, but it looks like, you know, we're going to be overwhelming underdogs for this particular match that's coming up at the Etihad Stadium against Manchester City. But I wish our players could go there and really put up a solid fight and get something out of that game. I don't know, maybe even a point if we can. But I know all of you guys are probably thinking it's an expected L. And potentially it is an expected L. And then we've got Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final, and you guys are potentially thinking it's an expected L there. So where does that put us? Where does that leave us as a football club? Do you know what I mean? Like, big games and we can't even hope for any wins. So what's the point? What's the point? Are we even a big club anymore? So, you know, when you're 10th, people are getting happy if we can make it to 7th and 8th. And I really don't see too much progress, to be honest. Indigo, owners thought just buying players young and they automatically develop. You are right. You need proper development plan, well thought out. We are clueless in developing our youth. I mean, there's too much that's happening at the moment. Honestly, there's way too much that's happening. That's the issue. That's the issue. We can't even develop the players that we have right now in our squad. Look at the likes of Cole Palmer's the only one that's a standout. Yeah, we need to get a lot out of still Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. Even though in recent times they've been pretty good, but we need to get a lot out of them. And a lot of the blame probably goes to Pochettino, who's the manager, I believe. We still can't get enough out of Madueke, highly inconsistent. We seem to have completely lost Mudryk in recent times. You know, none of our defenders are really showing massive consistency. So we can't even at the moment think about developing our own players, let alone developing the players that we're sending out to loans. Do you know what I mean? And our loans, not all, predominantly they've not really worked out. So let's see if the loans manager can change that. But what's the loans manager going to do? All the loans manager can do is find a destination that's suitable for these players, keep a track of them. Ultimately, it comes down to the players. Ultimately, comes down to the players if they can impress, if they can train hard. The loans manager can't go out there and train these players by himself. The loans manager can only open up a pathway. It's up to the players then to impress. And if they're unable to impress, then we're not going to develop these loanees. Aka, I can't lie. We are complete and utter joke. If I supported another team, I'd hate Chelsea the most. Is there a word worse than embarrassing? What a joke of a club. Yeah, man. It's we are a bit of a joke of a club. Kevin K, these two clowns hiring a loan manager surely means they are admitting to their own failings of not having any successful loans. So while they're here, even for big deals, owners step into negotiation. And this is a very good point. Very, very good point. I'm going to bring in Valan. Big up to you, Valan, my man. How you doing, Valan?
Big up, minutes. How's everything with you?
Good, brother. Good. Weekend's upon us, so I'm feeling very, very relaxed. Well, I'm pretty sure, after the Manchester City match, the demolition probably we're going to get, the weekend will be ruined. So
It won't be ruined if you expect it, right?
that's true. But, the loss is a loss, though. It still hurts. It still does hurt. Valan, what do you make of? By the way, before I ask you that question, I just want to quickly address this from Kevin K. Um, it is a good point, Kevin K. I've been thinking about that. If we don't believe in these, directors, which we don't, predominantly most people don't believe in these directors, right? If we don't believe in these directors, then why are we getting somewhat happy with a loans manager that's going to be under them? Like, this entire hierarchy is invalid for me. Like, we need to get rid of them. Keep it simple: owner, sporting director, manager, and then the players. I mean, if you want to have a loans manager, no problems. But what's Winston Lee and Lawrence Stewart doing then? It seems like they're just delegating all the work away, and I don't want them to delegate. Like, I don't even believe in them. But it is what it is. Big up to you, Benji. How you doing, my man?
Big up,
Hello,
Benji.
Miz. Good morning. Probably good evening on your side. I'm doing very good. I'm doing very good. How you guys doing?
Yeah,
Big up,
good,
Benji.
brother. Good, brother. Constantine, yeah, I probably will be on still in about 25 minutes. So it should be all right. Valan, I'll start with you and then I'll go to Benji. Valan, what do you make of all of this loans manager from Swansea? And then also now we're getting linked with another recruiter from Brighton named Sam Jules, who replaced Paul Winstonley, by the way. What's your thoughts on some of these stuff that's been happening?
Honestly, loan manager is quite common in the English Premier League, right? Means we have seen this through
Yeah.
Claude Makelele, Codicini operating to some form of capacity as a loans manager. I don't really give too much of notice towards it. I don't see the importance of it much. But the James Bell one, I feel that is more in response to Man United going after Dan Ashworth. Because there were reports coming out suggesting that Dan Ashworth will want to bring this guy over if he becomes the DOF at
You
Man
mean Sam
United.
Jules?
Sam Jules.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you're saying that the reason why we're going after Sam Jules is we're thinking Man United could be going for him? Is that why?
Yeah, that's the theory that's going around on social media right now. And
But who
apparently,
cares, Valen, though? Like, who cares if... Like, why do we want this guy? What's Paul Winstonley doing then? What's Lawrence Stewart? Like, I don't understand it, bro.
they just bring in people that can run the job and those that they are familiar with. But obviously, you can see the guys who are running the place is not of top quality, top caliber. While Man United, on the other hand, you just watch and we can do a very close comparison. Give them next season alone and we can compare. Where will they be and where will they be?
Well, the first thing they did was they brought in
Omar
Barada from Manchester City. So for me, that's already a big tick mark that they've actually gone in and brought in someone very, very high calibrated in the industry to run their business as a CEO. So
let's not forget Omar Barada knows who Man City wants to replace Pep Guardiola with.
Exactly. He would know all of those information. So,
and it shows the intent of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos, right? Remember when they made a sudden bid and all of us were like, oh no, we don't want them to come in.
Yeah, exactly. It kind of makes me think. I remember when we were linked with Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Now when I'm looking at it, this guy's probably not stupid, I think he's switched on. I know we're looking at it from a hindsight point of view, but Maybe Sir Jim Ratcliffe probably wouldn't have been that bad for us.
I feel that Bowley and Iqbali's team are just plain dumb, and they chose the wrong people to lead the club. That's their biggest mistake that they chose.
But it also feels like they want to replicate Brighton. Why didn't they just get Brighton?
I'm pretty certain the reason why they want to replicate Brighton is the influence that your Paul Winstanley's,
The
the amount of
revenues,
money,
man.
the revenues that it generates.
But I don't
If
get it. But I don't get this is the thing I don't get. How how are you gonna get revenue if you don't play at the top level, like the Champions Leagues and
exactly, Ben.
And this is what's blowing up on their face right now, Benji. This is what's
dumb
blowing up.
and the
yeah,
dumb
that's the thing.
thing
And
and the
I don't get I really
and the
don't
dumb
get it.
thing
Like, yeah, go on, Valen.
And the dumb thing is, if you guys want to replicate a club that purchases players at a cheap price and sell them for premium, look at someone like Ajax. Don't look at Brighton.
Yeah. Ajax is a
Because
great example.
yeah,
And
you can
Alex has got
bring in
some
Overmars.
amazing history as well. Like Alex got mad history. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they got a mad history. But uh, like I get the whole thing, but I just like Miz, you've said this multiple times, and I've said this too. Like, I think we have the right idea, but I think we're doing it's just the wrong thing. Like, we have the wrong directors, like we have the wrong people handling, all of this situation. Like, everything is just wrong. Like, if we had a good technical director, you can just bring in a good manager and just flip everything and just keep this young squad, but maybe add maybe 2, 3 veterans max. Then we kind of stood. If you have a manager with a plan and with a ideology, with a plan how he wants to play, how he wants to drive the club forward. It shouldn't be that hard, but we're making it very, very complicated. I hate to compare my club, my beautiful club, with Man United, but look at Man United right now. Like, come on, like Omar, and now this other brother is coming in. Like, they doing things very, very quickly. Like, they're gonna take this guy from Newcastle. So you can see they entered the club with a plan, like, directly, because they got things done like quickly
And
because, and that's the thing I didn't get when Toboli was here. Yeah, you fire everyone, but if you fire everyone, you better make sure within 3 months everybody's back. Like, you hire people ASAP. Like, you have a technical director in place that can work with Tuchel ASAP to do a plan over the season, because yeah, we had a okay start, but now you have to make sure that Tuchel has the plan, has a vision. You got to hear him out. What do you want to do for this season? La 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 la. How far can we get in the Champions League, because we want to get this revenue? You got to speak to the owners for the new stadium. Do we move? Do we stay? All these things matter, but people just don't like to talk about it. Like, it's just all technical directors. For me, it's actually the whole structure. Like Mitch, you said, it's the whole structure, how we structure this club right now. Like,
Check,
it's
check
not.
this. Check this
Yeah,
structure. Check this structure. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen. I've
yeah.
got this up. Live chat. Let us know as well. So we've got Paul Winstanley, sporting director. We've got Lawrence Stewart, sporting director. We've got Neil Bath, director of development. Can someone tell me what that means? Director of development.
it's just
Now,
a
what
fancy
development are
name.
we talking
It's just
about?
a fancy name for being in charge of our youth academy.
Yeah, basically that's youth academy, and you keep track of data.
Okay,
Uh,
so Neil Bath is the guy who is
That
the
brings
head.
in, he makes signings for our youth academy.
Okay, so he's looking after the youth academy. Okay,
yeah.
Joe Shields, director of professional football and scout. What is that?
So
Chief
he's
scout.
a scout, basically. He uses AI. That he's basically the guy who uses the AI stuff, from what
Okay,
I know.
so he's
The
a
chief
scout.
scout.
He's the chief scout. He's the chief scout, and
Yeah.
under him, there's a whole heap of all of these scouts, right? All of these scouting team. Like you've got Andrew Cousins, Guy Hillian, David
Is
Wilson.
Hilario still there?
Hilario was there. Hilario is actually a goalkeeping coach.
Okay.
He's a goalkeeping coach. So, and then we've got a whole heap of analysts. So we've got Christy, we've got James Melbourne, Carl McCauley, who's another guy we got from Brighton, chief analyst. Then
Miss,
we've
look
got
at all these clubs.
then
Look
there's
at
a
all
performance
these
manager,
clubs.
Bryce Kavanagh, and then another performance manager, Nick Chad. Now we want to add in a loans manager who probably will be under management. And we also want to get that recruiter from Brighton as well. So, lads, I don't know. Like, is this first of all, what we currently have, I'm not been thrilled, and it's not really working out at the moment. I'm not seeing any form of progression at Chelsea Football Club. I don't see too many players that are setting the world on fire. Besides, the likes of Cole Palmer, Cole Palmer is the only one that I can think of at the moment. I don't really have anyone else that I can think of that has really set the world on fire. So we're not happy with the current structure as it is. We're not happy with Paul Winstanley. We're not happy with Lawrence Stewart. But we're adding more people under these guys. We're adding more personnel. And it seems like we're adding more. Like Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart, they were mediocre to start off with. I think Joe Shields seems to be someone who's quite sharp.
Joe Shields. He's very good.
He was the one that recommended Cole Palmer, so
exactly.
Yeah, he's very good.
Romeo Lavia is just because of injuries.
Because of Pochettino's crazy training methods.
Exactly. Neil Bath, I think, is good as well. We've produced quite a few number of solid youth players from our academy, of course. Now, everyone else seems pretty mediocre to me, and we want to add more mediocrity to this. Like, lads, what are we saying here, man?
I have a question for y'all. Because I was talking about this, I think it was last week, but this was on Twitter. And I just wanted to hear everyone's thoughts, because I was like, if we did not bring in Pochettino and we brought in someone else, for example, not Enrique, because I think we would be in a similar position, but a little bit better. But let's just play, we brought in Nagelsmann, and we were 5th, 6th. Would we look at this situation with the directors differently just because things are working out? Or is this because of the management? Because you have to look at it at both ways. Like, there's two sides of the coin here. Shout out to Miz. But there's two sides of the coin. Like, I said myself, if we had an elite coach or a good coach with a philosophy who wants to play this way, that way, who communicates with the owners or, the technical directors, I think we would be. We
will be there. We will be there.
Yeah, we wouldn't be this mad. So
that's what we've been saying for the past 7 months. Pochettino's style and system don't suit the current squad. Even though how good or how bad the players are.
But now, Valen, now this is the thing. If you knew you was gonna get Caicedo and Enzo in the same team, you can't be playing this Gengen type of press, because it's way too fast for these players. Like, way too fast. Way too fast. If you brought in maybe, like, I hate to say this name, but De Zerbi or Alonso type, or maybe
Mauricio Sarri.
Our football. This is a very good point, by the way, Benji. Sorry to interject. But I just want to make it quick before you go on again. I think you're making a very good point, man. The squad that we have, I don't think it's really that Liverpool-esque Klopp type of high octane, just run and press. I think it's more suited for slow, methodical, like short passes. More like Man City-esque. Man City slow the game down. They play at their pace. Have you seen some of the Man City games? Like, it's like they're walking towards the goal.
Yep. That's the
thing. You know what I mean?
The funny thing is, like, we we as fans, we want to see a lot of goals because we've seen Liverpool and City dominate for I don't know how many years. But when you look at Liverpool, I've always said I want to play like this team, just attack, just create chances. But then I look at these players and I'm like, we ain't got the Liverpool lungs. Like Enzo just get exhausted from running like 90 yards and then he's gonna track back and then
Yeah.
keep on like it's way too much for these players. And some of these players just be too injury prone. Like, can you imagine Reece James coming back to this team, Gengen pressing?
And just running. Yo,
Just
he's gonna
Gengen
die,
pressing.
bro. He's gonna
This
die.
guy's gonna get injured again. So I'm looking at it at because I'm saying this, that's the director's fault, or kind of the owners.
Yeah.
Because
It is definitely the director's
Nah,
fault.
I think Benji, it's the director's fault.
They
Why
are
they
the
choose
ones that
someone like Poch?
push Pochettino's name to the
yeah,
owners.
yeah,
to see.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Benji, what would the owners know, bro? What would the owners know about gegen pressing and high pressing and high line?
They will just look at data. They won't look at anything else.
Yeah, they don't understand all of that.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know, like, yeah, I'm on both sides on this one because if you didn't have mediocrity in your club, like in terms of directors, we would have Nagelsmann right now. I'm just telling you, we would have Nagelsmann right now, and I would assume we would be in a much better position because if we just stuck with what's this brother's name, the guy who just left last year.
Potter,
No. The technical director,
Vivel.
Vivel.
Yeah.
If we just kept Vivel and gave him time, I I could swear, on something we would be in a much better position. Maybe not the João Felixes, but if we just gave Nagelsmann a couple of signings, a good striker, and maybe a couple of vets, we gave him Enzo and Caicedo.
By the way, where was Nagelsmann from before Bayern Munich?
Leipzig,
he
and then
was in
Hoffenheim.
Leipzig, and before
then
Leipzig, he was
Hoffenheim.
in Hoffenheim.
Is Nagelsmann not experienced in the business of developing youth? I'm pretty sure that Leipzig team had quite a lot of
he's very
young players.
That's the funny
He
thing.
made Timo Werner look like world class,
This
man.
is the funny thing. This guy developed some crazy players.
And Kunku, Werner.
Exactly. And
Timo
Timo Werner. I'm pretty sure that Leipzig team had more players that
Danny
ended up.
Olmo.
Yeah,
Danny
Timo
Olmo,
Werner.
exactly. Who's that? Supposedly must have been
Upamecano.
Szoboszlai was
Was
there.
Szoboszlai not there?
Szoboszlai and Kunku.
Konate. Upamecano.
Konate, Upamecano before he got sold to Bayern.
How is he not a good? How was he not a good fit?
That's the thing. But Nagelsmann didn't want to join if he didn't get it in his way with the technical director. That's why we said no. And that's crazy to me. So basically, all this time we could have had Nagelsmann, but he said no because, I want to work with this guy and not with y'all. And they said, if you're gonna work with us, you work with all of us. So he didn't want to work with Joe Shields and
Nagelsmann didn't want to work with so many people.
It was clear that Nagelsmann wasn't prioritizing any other clubs because he turned down PSG for the same reasons as well.
Bro, I think he wanted Chelsea badly. I'm pretty certain Nagelsmann wanted Chelsea badly. But when he got to Chelsea and realized that, wait a minute, there's just too many people that I need to... Imagine
it's
if
too
you
much
want
to
a player
do.
and you need to go through 7-8 different people to get a yes or no before a decision can be made. I don't know if you guys have been seeing recently, there's a lot of reports that's coming out from Chelsea journalists that apparently Pochettino is not getting along with the board.
I love that report, man. I absolutely love more of it.
Finally, we can get some truth out of this story because we've been saying for all this time, there's no way Poch is like he is liking his time at Chelsea because who would? Like, I've always been saying Poch ain't no yes man. He's gonna accept some things, but some things he ain't gonna accept it. But he ain't gonna talk in the press. That's the main thing about Poch. He ain't gonna
he
be
ain't
like
gonna talk on
Jose.
the press, but he does have extremely good PRs people around.
That's
his PR game is there. It's pretty damn good.
Yes.
He's one of the best foreign managers in England. He has a
100%.
lot of
Everyone seems to love Poch, bro. Everyone loves him. Bro.
Everyone loves Poch. Everyone. So when we look at this in a managerial way, okay, Poch wasn't the right fit. Fine. But in my opinion, first of all, Graham Potter, okay, yeah, that was a mistake. 1 year mistake. Yeah, we can't make that mistake. Fair enough. We learned. But in the second time, now that was too much because now now I'm kind of getting scared because if you have all these technical players, if we don't sack Poch at the end of the season, I don't know where this club is going because that means we're gonna ship out some players. I
Even
wouldn't
if
get
we sack Poch, we're not going to get the manager that we probably want.
I'm pretty certain we will sack Poch though.
Now
I'm pretty certain we're going to sack him as well. Yeah.
Now
especially
this is the
because how he's tight with Gallagher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is the funny thing now. When we sack Poch, because I know we're gonna sack him. When we sack him, if you look at this team and this squad, do you really think we're gonna go back to back and bring in a Gengen pressing manager? No, we won't. So now we have options. We ain't gonna go for Flick. Because
no, we can't. He's another Gengen pressing guy.
He's very, very Gengen pressing.
As much as I love him,
Zerbi, man.
The
way
guy
we're
loves
dealing
pressing.
with Brighton,
we need a manager that is prioritizing positional awareness and technical ability.
Yeah.
Did you guys? By the way, before you guys get on to more on this conversation, did you guys get to watch Sarri's Napoli against Bayern Munich?
Oh yeah. Sorry, man.
Oh, Napoli locked them down, you know.
And let's not forget, Lazio's having issues with Sarri as well.
Sorry, not Napoli,
that's the
Lazio.
funny thing.
Lazio not locked them down, and that Lazio team has got no right to be in the same field of that.
Do you see the amount of top jobs potentially available come this summer? Liverpool, Man United, Juventus, Barcelona, like AC Milan. There's rumors.
Sarri would love what we have. Honestly, Sarri
would love it. He would love it.
Sarri would love to work with the technical directors. He wouldn't give a crap. He's like, yeah, you guys do your own thing.
Yeah, bring me whoever you want to bring.
Yeah, you want to sell Reece James, you want to sell Gallagher, by all means, I'll work with something I have, whatever I have.
It would just love the situation because one thing Sarri loves is technical players. Like when you have technical players, he wouldn't like Mudryk. That's the only player he wouldn't like. But
I don't think he would like Madueke either, though.
Yeah, I don't think he'll like Madueke either.
Okay, Mudryk and Madueke, just scrape them.
He will definitely not like Gallagher too much either, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he would. As
the Hamsik role, right?
As a first or second option sub,
perhaps
Gallagher just come on,
the
just
role.
Lock down everybody. Like the Makelele sub back in the days.
The Mikel sub, you mean?
Oh, you mean the Mikel sub?
Oh, yeah, I was Makelele. The Mikel sub back in the days. That's basically Gallagher. Just shut up shop. Just don't let anybody come through. If you want to press, just press. Just win the ball back, basically.
But you know what, Benji? We've recently have finally figured out that that's not the best way to utilize Gallagher. I think the best way to utilize Gallagher
is the funny thing because we have
Aston Villa in the second half against Crystal Palace, where he's a little bit more further up, crashing into the box and finishing up. Do you know what I mean?
You know why? You know why I say that Sarri might not want Gallagher because of Carney. I think Carney's technical ability alone.
Bang on, Valentine. You're thinking like me. You're right.
Because Carney Chukwuemeka give him the right coach, and man, that guy will flourish.
Because you know why, Valan? Sarri wants players that are better in tight space.
And he has the size and the build.
Exactly. Much like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, remember?
Exactly.
So he likes players that are more tight-knit, who can play in tight areas, quick passes, 1, 2, 3, one-touch passes. And I feel like the team is set up that way. And it's just Pochettino is making us believe that, the team is more set up in a fast, high-octane press, cover a lot of ground. It's not. It really isn't set up like that. And we're going to get more injured. There'll be more injuries. There'll be a lot more injuries. I'll tell you this much.
Oh yeah, it will. It will.
And
It
the
will.
way Alex Gilbert released the training sessions the day before the games, that's when you play your most intensive trainings. Come on.
So today they're playing the most intensive game.
Oh God, I don't want to know, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to know which injury is going to appear by the time Man City comes.
Oh no, man.
I'm
Like
even more fearful for the cup game.
Two big
the
games coming up, man.
the
Honestly,
cup. The cup. I just got this strange feeling that for some reason we're gonna turn up. We're gonna turn up. Maybe take it to penalty. We're gonna give
Lose
Liverpool
on
the
penalty, right?
hardest game of the season, and then for the rest of the season we ain't gonna show up. For
Yeah.
some reason, I always get this feeling because in cups, yeah, it's true, we are very good in cups, but I don't care about, we're only good in cups. No, you either win, you
Or
either
you
win the
don't.
cup and save the season, or you don't.
mm,
That's it for me. And I said it. I said it. If we get out of the FA Cup, against Leeds, and that's basically a derby, like that's a rivalry,
bro. Leads are not bad. I
Yeah.
saw they're
brother,
like
And
third or second.
under Daniel Farker, they are
brother.
playing very well.
Bro, have you seen this winger Somerville, bro? He's
Yeah.
Bro,
he's
Somerville's good,
He's a guy
man.
linked with Spurs.
And
guy.
I remember when he was in the Premier League, when Leeds were in the Premier League, Somerville was actually a good player, man.
I told everybody about this guy. I was like, instead of spending 100 million on Mudryk, I'd rather get this guy for 50. Because in a winger you don't need much. That's the thing about the winger position. You only need him to be fast, strong, and have good IQ. The rest it will just come with time. Like shipping in with goals, assists, and all of that. You have to learn your position along the way. That's the winger spot. So in the winger spot, it ain't so much to stress about. If you have a good coach that can coach you through, I want you to move like this. Yeah, the magic can happen. In other position, it's different. For
So
example,
lads,
striker, midfielder, centre back, goalkeeper.
what are we saying? Next three games we've got City, Liverpool, Leeds, and we've all just now discussed that Leeds, they're not any sort of Mickey Mouse Championship team either. They're actually quite solid.
Are we playing at home?
Yeah, we are
No,
actually at
we're playing
Stamford Bridge.
away.
No, I think we are at Stamford Bridge,
Are
against
we?
Leeds. Yeah. Against Leeds, I think we are at Stamford Bridge. But Etihad at Man City,
Man
as
City's
much
gonna
as
rest
I
players.
wanna act all like powerful and go, yeah, we can do something. I can only picture this as being a Man City win.
2-0,
Nah,
right?
yeah, come on now.
Maybe even
3-1,
3-0, man.
3-1 win or
2-0.
3-0 win. Man City are winning, but I can just see them playing their second squad, just resting everybody for the Champions League.
It wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea turn up because the pressure is not on them.
Yeah, they have.
That could be one thing because the pressure's on Man City to win. We But then again, it doesn't matter, man. When did it matter for Man City pressure,
Well,
bro? These guys are ruthless. They thrive in pressure, if anything. Um,
and it's at the Etihad too, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's at the
Yeah,
Etihad,
we're
and
definitely losing. Yeah,
and
I thought
and
I thought it was
they're
at the
going for the
bridge.
title as well, right? They're going for it. They want to be doing the treble. They'll be the
4-peat.
first
They
team to
want to
do
be 4-peat, man.
Oh
4P and the
shoot!
treble, like double treble, basically. Do it again. Um, I don't think any team has ever done the treble like consecutively 2 years in a
No, I
row.
don't think so.
So
Uh,
they'll probably aim for that. Then we've got Liverpool in the Carabao. Salah is definitely back this weekend. He already started doing full training.
I think Salah's kind of washed. Not gonna lie.
Even if
washed.
he's washed, bro,
Yeah,
I think he's
I
still
think he's
full
no
of
longer
Washed,
the
potential.
Salah of old, man.
He definitely isn't the same Salah, but he's still
brother,
enough
bro.
for us, bro. He's still
This
enough
guy
for us.
ain't washed.
As in, like
Like
he's no longer that type of level where you have to constantly fear him, right? Even Cucurella locked him down. I think like last season, right?
I still look. I hear what you're saying,
Salah,
Valen. Like
man.
he's not the same Salah as previous years, but he's still
Yeah.
Because he's a
damn
system
good, bro.
more.
He's
No,
still damn good. I
but
wouldn't say he's washed, but I think he's still damn good. He'll
That's
have
the thing.
enough. He'll give us enough problems, bro. There's no
For
doubt
me, I'm
about
more worried of Diaz and Jota, man. Especially Jota. That guy just
Yeah.
pops up with goals left, right, center. Out of
No,
nowhere.
you're right, bro. You're right. I'm probably even more worried about Darwin Nunez. Nunez gave us a lot of problems. The thing about Nunez is he just didn't
I
score.
pray Pochettino don't play a high line with Silva against Nunes.
The thing is, Nunez just didn't score, but he had at least 5-6 chances in that last game against us.
Should
Um,
have had a hat trick. We
Bro,
should have lost that game like 7-1.
he created too much chaos for us, way too much chaos. And then don't forget their right back, Connor Bradley was a
Yeah,
menace
he's
as
playing
well.
because Trent
Yep.
is out.
And this is a
So-
final. Like I don't
And
know,
then
man.
it's
I don't
Klopp's
know.
final, right?
And it's Klopp's final as well. So yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna do in that particular match. And then so we got Man City that we're not confident against. We got Liverpool we're not confident against, and then Leeds. We'll see. Like
I feel
Leeds,
the result from against Liverpool will determine how we play against Leeds.
no, I really don't think so because Leeds, I can fully on see a draw.
A draw.
Also, I can full on see a draw because
Is
Leeds
there penalties after that, or is it go and
nah,
play
there'll be a
reverse?
replay.
No.
There'll be a
Replay,
replay.
replay.
Because
You
it's a fifth
replay.
round.
I can
think
literally
from
see.
quarterfinals, it's maybe penalties.
Yeah, I think it was quarter or semifinals.
Yeah, something
But
like that.
Leeds, I could really see a 1-1 draw, maybe 2-2, because Leeds, these guys just keep on scoring goals for some reason because they have a lot of wing play. Because they have Gnonto, they have Somerville, they have
Oh
Bamford up
yeah,
top,
Nonto,
they have
bro, he's
Ampadu.
doing all right, bro. Nonto, that guy.
Oh
No,
yeah,
he's doing very
Ampadu.
well. They have Ampadu at the back.
Yeah,
These-
Ampadu.
Miss
Yeah,
can see
guys-
Ampadu again, man.
Oh
These
my
guys
God,
are not playing.
Ampadu.
Ampadu is coming for revenge. Bamford, he's coming for revenge.
Patrick
I know.
Bamford's actually doing all right as well, isn't he?
He's doing all right. So these players, they are Mickey Mouse players. So they are technical, but they're more physical than technical. So
Let me just bring this up, bro. I want to just bring up.
it's gonna be very interesting to see how we play. But
Leeds are second, you know. They're second in the Premier Championship,
yeah,
and I just want to check some of their players: Bamford, Nonto, Somerville, Dan James, Archie
They're
Gray,
not bad players, miss. They're quite decent players.
Joe Roden, Camara, Elan Millier, Ampadu. No, they're good, bro. They're all right. They're all right, man.
they're actually good. They're actually good. Seen them
Yeah.
play a couple of times, but I just wanted to look at Somerville, and yeah, this
Bro,
this
look
guy.
at their form as well. The last 5. Win,
Yeah.
win.
They're on fire. They're on fire. So they're gonna come into the FA Cup game with
Lads,
some
it's
momentum and
not
all
like
that.
they let in too many goals either. 32 matches, they've only let in 26. Is that a lot? That seems like that's probably not that much.
No, that ain't that much if you consider how many games you got in the championship.
Yeah, 48 games, right? 46 games, right?
So
Yeah.
after 32, 26 conceded. That's probably pretty good, you know.
That's very good. To be championship, that's very good.
And they pumped in 59 goals. I think that's pretty good as well.
Yeah. That's basically scoring almost 2 goals every game.
Fair enough, man. AJT, my brother, how you doing?
Oh, good, bro. How you going, bro? Have a good, boys?
Good, man.
Yeah,
Good.
we're rolling.
Good, man.
What are you saying about these recent more people that's going to be added under our sporting directors?
I think it's a good thing, but because they still need to do a lot of things with the first team, get a director of football. People are not happy about getting these guys in yet, but I think it's a good move. But hopefully they prioritize the.
What do you mean by getting a director of football? There's already 2 sporting directors. I don't understand.
No, but I was under the impression that the owners always wanted a director of football to overlook the whole club. Like they
But
went
how
in
many people
for
do we need? Like, there's 2 sporting directors. There's a whole heap of other people under them. this is unheard of. Like, when did
No, I think Man City have like six, 5 or 6 directors in the team.
is this true?
Yeah, yeah. The guy who just joined Man United. He was
Barada.
looking after the finances. Yeah, yeah. He was looking after the finances, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was CFO, Chief Financial Officer. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the guys up in the directors kind of
No,
position.
no, no. So. Okay. Chief Financial Officer you need to have. He looks after the finances. Chief Marketing Officer looks after the marketing. Chief, I think there's football operations. I think they look after the, I don't know, some other stuff. I'm not including them, AJT. I'm talking about people that are more connected of the recruitment or the new contracts, the existing squad, basically squad building. How many do generally teams have? Like, can someone please tell me in the live chat what is the normal? Because the way I thought is the normal thing is you have the owner, you have
You mean you want to just find out what's the normal structure of the
what
sporting
is
side of
structure,
things,
bro?
right?
What is this? Yeah, from the sporting side of things. I'm not talking about marketing side, the operations side, the finance side. I'm not talking about everything because obviously you need people everywhere. Of course you do. I'm talking about from the sporting side. I was under the understanding that you've got the owner, number one, you've got a footballing director or director of football, DOF. You'll have a bunch of recruiters, obviously, head of recruitment or whatever. You'll have scouts, no problems, and then obviously a manager. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
we have two sporting directors. We then have a whole heap of like head of recruitments, and we're adding more. And these are not just normal recruiters or scouts. They're like their heads off. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Is this normal?
Uh, l- Let me answer this in this modern way. I would say in this modern game, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Uh, in general, no, no, because when I look at football, I look at it as you got the owners, you got the technical director, maybe football director, just right below him, and then you got the scouts and everything, and then you got the manager. Like, I always say maximum 5 positions, and that should be it. I'm used to three, like owners, technical director, and then manager. Or if you don't have an owner who's he just doesn't give a crap, you might get a president
Hmm.
who's running the show.
Fair enough. Yeah. Does that
So
make sense, AJT?
yeah. I think most of these are recruiters, and the owners want to hire a bunch of like heaps of young players and develop them. So
Hmm.
I don't think these recruiters will be really involved in the first team.
But the first team needs,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like the first team needs
That's
attention.
yeah, that's my hope. I'm hoping they're hiring these guys, but in the back of their mind, they have someone in the summer they can get to oversee these sporting directors because they do not have experience of building a top 4 side, a top 6 side.
the funny thing, they ain't gonna change the sporting directors because the
They
main
they
man
love
in
them.
this, yeah,
They
the
love
main
them.
man in this operation is
Iqbali.
Iqbali.
And he
Yeah.
works close with them.
Iqbali is the main man in this operation
Yeah.
because if
I
y'all
agree.
remember, we actually switched operation just mid-season.
We did.
If y'all
We
just
went from
remember,
Bowley to Igbali. We went from
yeah.
Bowley
So
to Igbali.
basically, Bowley had all this experience, and then we just switched mid-season, and then brought all these kids in Jan, and brought all them kids in the summer too. So basically, as long as Iqbali is their face, these directors, they ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. They're gonna stay. They're gonna do their job. They're gonna get paid. hopefully they're gonna bring in a manager who's who knows what he's doing, who has a plan, good philosophy, who has a plan, or his play style is very much alike the plays we got in the squad. So because I think when they make that decision to sack Posh, bring in a manager who can get the best out of Enzo, Caicedo, the wingers, get in a proper striker, uh, develop the goalkeepers. I think we would. I think we'll look at the situation much different than the
Yeah,
seasons before.
yeah. I think we need at least two new people in the summer in the managing like director positions. One who is between Iqbali and the sporting directors, and one new manager.
Yeah, that's basically a president you're talking about. So you want a president and
Now, director of football.
director of
Didn't they
football.
want to? Yeah, going for was it who was the guy from Liverpool who left? And yeah, they
Michael
did.
Edwards. Michael Edwards.
Michael
Yeah,
Edwards.
Michael Edwards. They tried to go for Michael Edwards, but he didn't want to join any club.
Yeah, no, I don't think he wants to come back
Yeah,
anytime soon.
I'm sure if he would have come, he would be that man in the middle between the owners and the sporting directors.
Yeah,
But
Benji,
how
guys,
does that help
I wanna
out?
ask you. I wanna ask you
Yeah,
guys a
go on,
question.
Bella. Yeah, go on, Bella.
Since we are all like, can I just clarify? Are the sporting directors also in charge with the women's team?
Yeah, they are.
So how can they get something so what is perceived as the right move in replacing Emma Hayes with a winning coach from Lyon,
Yes.
but then fail to transition that into the men's football? Or is it
Because
trying to show?
Yeah,
Superb
but
question. Superb
yeah, but
question.
how many of those winning coaches are there in men's football that would come to Chelsea?
But it ain't Poch though. That's the thing, AJ.
Yeah,
But it ain't Poch.
they got it wrong with Poch, I believe, but
no, not with
like
Poch. They got it wrong with Graham Potter.
yeah, we have to remember that women's football, we are the Man City. We are the Man City of women's football.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
we
get
are the
it. I
Man
get
City
it.
of
But
women's football, but they didn't hesitate to go for Lyon's
best.
manager, who is apparently a Pep
One of the
level of
best.
manager.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yeah,
He's basically one of the
who
best.
who is there in men's football of that caliber
But it
that
doesn't
would
matter
join?
about the men's
But you're
football. It's about the
failing to understand,
mentality.
AJ.
The
To be
mentality.
honest.
AJ, come on, man.
No,
It's not about.
of that level, I think there is Pep, there's Klopp, there is maybe Ancelotti. Yeah, maybe who else? Who else is there of that top level?
So AJT, you think at the moment the two sporting directors, I believe you're saying that they're not working out, but you think by getting a director of football between the owner and the two sporting directors, they'll change everything. We become like
Now,
those
at least,
two directors
no,
will become superb.
I'm not saying they will become super, but I'm just saying we will have someone who has got experience of building a team.
So what's the role of those two sporting directors that will be under the director of football then?
Just the same role as they are now, but a very reduced role.
They are
would be
already
reporting.
reducing their role, bro.
They're already
Brother, they're
reducing their
already
role.
reducing their role. They're delegating everything to a loans manager, to more recruiters. I don't completely follow what you're trying to
Not
sell
me
to me,
either.
that by getting a director of football, it's gonna be better structure, like by still keeping those two directors. I don't understand it.
No, but if we sack the two directors, it's just more money being thrown away. It's going to cost the club.
Yeah,
So
but
just
why?
continue.
How can the two directors appoint someone we all feel is the right move for the women's team, but then go 180 degrees for the men's team?
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Look.
Yeah, if I can just jump in on that, is that right?
Bro.
Yeah, first of all,
Welcome,
thank
bro.
you for having me on, Miz. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot and hope everyone's good, everyone's doing well. For the women's team, it's a good point to touch on because I think it's quite simple to really explain. a lot of money at all in women's football. So the best way to buy success in women's football
Is
is
to keep
to
winning.
actually
It's
be
easier.
successful.
Okay.
Because the highest transfer record, I'm not sure if you guys know, in women's football is just over 800,000 euros. So it's not even over
fair
a million.
Yeah.
So you can't implement a youth policy in women's football to develop young
Because there's
kids,
just not
as you would
enough.
say.
There's not enough money.
There's not enough money. So like, even if you buy a player for like 100,000 and then you'll sell them for like $1 million, it's not worth it. So the best way to be successful in women's football is actually to compete
To win.
for the
To win.
is to win. So
Do
that's
you
why
know
they're
what,
appointing the
Constantine?
experienced transfer, the experienced players, the experienced managers, because that's the best way for them to make money for the women's team.
So pause that thought for a second, because I want to come back to you, because you've just absolutely nailed it there, man. The best way to earn money in the women's league is to keep winning. The best way to earn money in the men's team is not necessarily to win everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to, right? Earn money. Correct?
Yeah.
Am I right, Constantine?
Yeah,
you
correct.
agree?
Yeah, that's exactly what it comes down to, because we know what these owners are about. So they're trying to earn money on the men's side and the women's side. On the women's side, if you win, then you get more sponsorships, more attendance for your games. You play at the biggest finals, more TV money, things like this. So you need the experienced manager. You need the experienced players. You're not going to sign an 18-year-old girl from Brazil to come and play for you. You're going to sign experienced players that have done it in Europe.
So true. It's because why aren't they getting the youth girls, right? The youth female players. Do you know
For
what
the
I mean?
youth, for the female players, actually signing experienced players that are played for Barcelona or Lyon or other, big female clubs that are doing well. They're not signing 18-year-olds for the female team.
This makes sense to me. What you just said, Constantine and Valan, I think this probably clears up all our confusion as well, right? This is why I think it's all about the money. It's not about winning anything. I know with women's team, win, because that's how you earn money. With the men's team, you don't necessarily. This is why I've said so many times in recent videos, and a lot of people will throw the question, Miz, you're just a hater, this, that agenda, because how can you say they're not about winning when they're getting players like Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo for 100+ million? You need to understand, Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo, even though they're 100+ million, but that cost is amortized over 9-10 years contract. So essentially per season, that contractual cost is very low.
Yeah,
I highly doubt Chelsea will do that level of business again, because now the amortization's cut back to 5 years, the normal amount.
I know European football as well, to even pay for those transfers year on year, to pay those installments.
There you go.
Bang on.
Bang on.
This is why I've said recently, and Constantine, let me know what your thoughts are. I don't think we're going to be going for any top range transfer valued players, like your 100+ millions. I think John Duran, for example, is a big shout as a striker. I know it could be Sesko. I know it could be Jimenez or Boniface or whatever. I don't think we're going to go for Osimhen. Obviously, that's already gone.
Gyökeres.
Even Gyökeres, I don't think we're going to go for. He's got a release clause.
Because if you're going to go for if you're going to go for someone like Gyökeres, you might as well go for Ivan Toney, because there'll be a similar fee.
Exactly.
100 million. It'll be like 100 million plus.
Are we
The
becoming
only
this
thing that's
small...
gone for Gyökeres is he's younger.
And he'll probably be on lower wages as well than Osimhen.
That's the thing. He'll be on lower wages. But his transfer fee is going to be quite mad.
Crazy.
So you have
100 million release clause.
Or maybe
I
you know
want to ask you, who are your ideal strikers to get?
Like realistically, or who we really want?
Realistically,
yeah.
I've said it. There's two strikers. The thing is, the striker position I want to swap, or we sell the strikers we have. The Broja is over after the injury. It's very hard to recover from the injury, and it's Chelsea, my boy. You don't have time. Yep. Get your feet somewhere else. We can look at you in the future. Maybe we can stick in a buyback clause somewhere but we have to sell a couple of players because Sesko, I would say yes. Not only because of the potential, because just how he moves. Did y'all watch the Real Madrid and Leipzig game?
So, but can I ask you, Benji?
Yeah.
How's he any different to?
Ibrahim.
Yeah, like how's he any different to who we already had? Like, I don't know, Jackson or a Broya or whoever.
I would say this. How can I say this in the best way? If you already got for example, a lot of young people don't have the movement, but they got the sprints and they got the goals. If you got the movement, it's just a matter of times. It's just a matter of time when the goal just clicks.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the thing.
But
and
if it's not
when you look at this player, he already got the movement. Like the way he moves is just so good for his age. It's very, very good to be 20 years old, 21 years old.
But as Constantine just said, it's not really clicked for him as yet. So how long will it take for him to click? And will it click at Chelsea?
Because if it's not clicked,
he's not clicking
in the Bundesliga yet. We should wait at least like 1 or 2 years to see how he does in Leipzig first.
Yeah, you got 1 year in Germany.
And it's Bundesliga as well.
Like, the ball up.
You meant to burn up the Bundesliga as a striker.
And let's not forget our fan base and how patient they get with strikers.
Ruthless we get. Yeah, that's true.
Openda is doing a lot better than Sesko at Leipzig. Openda is doing really well at Leipzig.
Exactly. Openda's doing a lot better. You're right.
That guy is a finisher. He's a raw finisher. Like he's a finisher.
Look,
this guy
bottom
just
line,
finishes.
All of these players that we are naming, they're not winning. I don't know. Are they winning you Premier League?
Trophies.
Are they winning you Premier League?
No, they ain't winning. If you got some good ass coach, but we ain't winning for a good time. We ain't winning. We ain't winning.
I don't know.
I don't know what to say, but
we used to have this debate 2 years ago under Tuchel. The biggest problem. This is how much we've fallen. The biggest problem at Chelsea 2 years ago, if we were to have the same calling show, it would be we need a CDM and we need a striker. And
now, we're winning the Premier League.
Yeah, and even now, if we're getting a striker, we're still so far away. You can plop in any striker, we're still not going to challenge because there's much more problems to deal with.
Now the question is, how do we make it to top 4? Basically,
yeah.
What
are we going to get the top 6? Means not top 4.
Oh, top 6. Yeah. What squad gets us to top 6?
Second Pochettino.
The worst part is long term. This is what I'm afraid of. Look, I have no doubt these owners want to win, but I think for now they just want to make money.
I don't think I can even agree when you say that they want to win. There's no way, because everything they've done, from the players they've signed to the managers they've appointed to the staff, the directors, it doesn't show anything about wanting to win. Because if
Constantine,
they wanted to win, we wouldn't be where we are 2 years down.
The only rebuttal I'll have to that, Constantine, is I think Bowley wanted to win. I think Bowley
Bowley wanted us to compete with your Real Madrids and your Bayern Munich.
Iqbali saw all of that and thought, "Nah, F this, ban this, man. Like this, I'm not doing this."
Yeah, the thing is,
spending all this money.
Thanks to Lawrence Stewart that introduced him to the Brighton model.
Yeah,
we changed everything.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
It's really just Clearlake Capital that owns. Well, they own the majority, 60%. I think I'm not sure if you guys know. Clearlake Capital, as a consortium in general, they have over 400 investments. So Chelsea just 1 out of 400 investments. So it's clearly just a profit-making business, and especially since they acquired Chelsea on the cheap, 2.5 billion. As the years go by, if they build a stadium, if as a TV money gets bigger, potentially a Super League down the line, they can easily double that. On top of flipping players along the way, which is what we're trying to do. So it's
Constantine, you're right, 100%. Chelsea was just a mechanism of diversifying their portfolio.
Exactly.
As you said, Chelsea is one of the components of the 400 different companies that are in their portfolio. I think
it's perfect. West London, Chelsea, London, like it's a big club. It's just so much potential to
beautiful.
all of these things.
Beautiful. I think they've got over 60 billion in wealth management. Clearly
Yeah, they
capital.
do.
I think their portfolio is 60 billion, and Chelsea's just a 2.5 billion worth. But it's more about diversification. I think they've got quite a lot of different sporting clubs as part of their portfolio, and they're just diversifying. It's not about winning. It's really not
and
about
that's why
winning.
I agree as well. I'm not sure who just said it, but if Todd Bowley had probably had Chelsea 100% ownership, I think it will be a lot different to what it is now. But since there's so many different, there's 60% here, 10% here, 20% here. There's so much people actually owning the club. There's no intensity or no desire to win, because for them it's just about business and it's about a risk. So we take, because either way they're going to make money. Like, their money is definitely going to return, and then there'll be profit on top of that. So there's no intensity to win compared to someone like a Roman.
Then guys, we better win by
If there's
accident.
100% ownership.
This is what I said,
Yeah,
Benji. The
That's why
only
we
way
need a
we're gonna
winning
win is by
manager.
accident. We're not
Then
going to
we
win
better-
by design. We're going
But
to
this
win by
is-
accident.
We
Who
actually
become
better
now
win by
to
accident.
win by accident. That's
We're
not like-
gonna have
not
to do what
embarrassing, even.
Arteta did last
Even
season
think
and,
that.
and pull
Yeah.
a rabbit out of his ass.
No, guys, like, dead serious. Like, we better win by accident. Like, we actually better win by accident. Like, the final, we better win that by accident.
But even
Somehow,
then,
just
winning a
win.
Carabao Cup final by accident, that's not Chelsea.
That's not a big
Chelsea's
thing,
winning- Yeah, Chelsea's winning
I
the
don't
Premier
care.
League or Champions League.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, but listen to this. Do you rather win the Carabao Cup by accident, or wait maybe another 10 years for another trophy? Bro,
For me personally, the Carabao Cup does nothing for me. Like,
Bro,
if
I
we
don't
win it,
care. Trophy's
I'll
a
be
trophy.
happy.
Trophy's
Yeah,
a
it's a
my
trophy,
brother.
but it's not going to accelerate our progress. It's not going to do
No,
anything. It
you're
will
right.
just be.
You're right, Constantine. You're absolutely right.
If
It just
if
makes
you
the
talk
fans
about a
happy.
Premier League,
It just
or
makes the
even
fans happy.
we used to win a Europa League, and that was a bad season, and that's a European trophy. That's quite prestigious. But now we're talking about winning a Carabao Cup by accident. Like,
I wouldn't mind a
Brother.
Conference League trophy, man.
Brother. Nah, no Conference League. I ain't taking Conference League. No Conference League.
Bro, Benji,
I ain't
you
thinking
take
that
what
low.
you're gonna get, bro. You're taking it, bro.
No.
You're not here to
I ain't
ask for
thinking
demands.
that low.
Beggars can be choosers, bro. You know that.
Man.
It's mad where we've come to, man. Nah, it really is mad. I don't know, man. I'm just scared of how the next few fixtures are gonna go. I'm very, very scared.
I'm looking forward to
especially-
it, miss. Come on.
We are
is
gonna
Gusto
get
fit for
out.
the Man City game? Has it come out? Is he
Who's
going to be
fit?
available? Malo Gusto? Because that's going to be a big miss if he's gone for
Is
Man
he
City.
injured?
How he's injured?
He's not injured.
No. He was only a
No.
bruise. He
Sure.
was just tired.
Yeah. He was only tired.
Okay.
Apparently, he was only tired. That's why he was taken off. But he's
But
fit.
someone
Oh
picked
man,
the knock, right?
if Malo Gusto's
But
injured,
Thiago Silva's injured, right? So,
Thiago
Guys in the
Silva's
chat,
injured. Thiago Silva's
guys in the
injured.
chat, you have to understand we can't play Conference League because we're gonna get screwed financially. Like, we're gonna get
Yeah, that's
screwed.
true. Yeah.
We can't play Conference League. We either skip Europe for another year or we play Europa League. Do you know how much we're gonna get screwed?
well,
Because
wasn't these
now
owners?
you have to play because Miss, you
Nah,
have to play the
Benji. We definitely need some form of Europe, bro, or else we're not gonna generate enough
I feel
income.
that Benji's looking at it more on the financial side.
Yeah, because I think the point is, I came
I'm
out
looking
that
at the financial because we're gonna
Yeah.
get screwed financially.
because
If we play
right
Conference
now,
League, Miz,
Yeah.
if you look at the finances, if you play Conference League, because you have to pay an extra fee, you have to pay an extra fee on the transfer place that you paid. So basically, the Enzo Fernandez and all that type of stuff. Now we're basically paying nothing.
Oh, you're talking
Yeah,
about like
yeah.
the add-ons,
Yeah.
not
So
even that as well. I think because right now,
if we play Conference League and
Oh, does it
the
create-
add-ons keep on adding up, bro, we're gonna get done.
Oh,
Sooner or
yeah.
later, we're gonna get done.
But
So
the thing
we
is,
need
right now-
Champions League or Europa League minimum.
we're not playing by the UEFA FFP rules. We're playing just by the Premier League FFP rules, and the UEFA
Yeah, but
FFP rules are a lot more stringent. So if
Does
we do
winning the
qualify
Carabao Cup give a Conference League?
yeah,
No,
so if we
only
do get
playoff.
into the Conference
Playoff.
League, then we're going to get
All
done.
right, Jurgen Klopp, here's the trophy for you, man.
Yeah. So
So what are we saying? We don't want to win the Carabao Cup. Is that what we say?
I still
Nah,
want to
Throw
say-
the match. Throw the match.
it's either
Yeah,
that
give the
or
Klopp.
It's
We don't
either
even
that
need to
or
throw, bro. We don't need to throw. Liverpool's gonna pump us. Don't worry. We don't need to throw
Fosh
nothing.
is gonna play the high line.
We're
Oh, Modi Kamelev.
wow. How much so there's no money in Conference League? I'm pretty sure obviously the extra matches in Stamford Bridge, that's gonna generate money.
Yeah, it's basically extra revenues.
Match day fees, they'll give us something, right?
Yeah, that's only a couple of million. It's
but it's the thing
it's
of
Conference League. Vince, basically how you get paid in football is how many people that watches your game and basically clicks. That's how you get paid. So can you imagine Chelsea Football Club in Conference League? Oh my God.
and for UEFA competitions, the FFP rules are a lot more stringent. So
Yeah.
once we do qualify for a UEFA competition, then we have to abide by the FFP rules, which are a lot more stricter than the general
UEFA.
Premier League FFP.
Oh, is that what you were saying,
Yeah.
Constantine? That
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just
So
not just
in the
from
Premier League, it's not only in the Premier League because now we're only in the FFP stuff in the Premier League. So if
once
we in
get
Conference League,
UEFA competition,
then we're part of Europe.
Yeah.
Then we're part
Yeah.
of
now
Europe.
we're part
and
of
then
Europe, and now we're screwed.
Because who else in the Conference League has like £100 million players like left, right, and
No
centre?
one.
It's only us.
no one.
All
So I
right.
think this is what Milo is saying. If you play in the Conference League, you're now officially in Europe. Now it generates the least money, and we would be subservient now to UEFA FFP rules, which will get us banned or charge heavy.
All right, nah, man. Klopp can have the Carabao Cup.
Then why do our owners want Europe? They've been begging for Europe.
Just like
think
how
Europa
Bowley
League-
didn't
That's
realize.
Europa League minimum.
Yeah,
They-
I think Europa League is just over the threshold that will have us probably okay.
You
Yeah,
guys,
Conference
you
League,
guys,
there's
you
a big
guys,
drop off. There's a
you
big
guys
drop
think
off.
is there? For me, I think the owners don't know whether or not we get Conference League, Europa League. They just think, oh,
They
we get
probably
Euro,
don't
it's fine.
know.
Yeah,
No,
they
I
don't
swear,
know.
Valen, I don't think they do know.
They thought that Champions League was guaranteed for us.
Yeah.
No,
I
Valen,
really
I'm
do.
pretty certain they're thinking if we win Carabao Cup, they'll give us Champions League.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm not joking, I swear.
Come on, man. Come on, Klopp. Come on. One game. Come on, please be Anthony Taylor,
Oh
man.
my God.
Yeah, man.
God.
I wouldn't disagree with Miz. I literally wouldn't disagree with Miz. Somehow,
what makes it
I
worse,
really do
these
think
We need a
owners
ball
don't
referee for the game.
everything is. Yeah.
So what you lads are saying is if we make it to conference, we are definitely banned.
Oh, 100.
That is
More
very
you can
high
believe. More do you
chance.
can believe. More do you
Because
can
I'm
believe.
pretty
More you
certain
can
the
believe.
owners didn't take that into account.
and they're meant to be business people apparently, and they don't even foresee things like this.
God.
Miss,
Oh
what do you
my
think?
God.
What do you think we're hiring these economics people to make sure we're in line? And why are there, reports that are saying, oh, we need to sell for 100 million to buy? And yeah, that's only if we ain't playing in Europe. Best believe, if we playing in Europe, Conference League, we're screwed. Europa is the minimum.
Wow.
That we get us screwed. Basically.
You know what? I take back what I said about Salah. Mo Salah, you are a world-class player. Please score a hat-trick against us in the Carabao Cup final, and I'll be happy.
Look, bottom line, we weren't winning the Carabao Cup anyway, but it just blows my mind that
Means it's so
How screwed we
Chelsea and
are.
us to do it,
Yeah. So when you understand, Miss, just take a look at it in your own free time. Just deep dive in and just take a look at it. You will understand everything. Everything you will understand. What do you come live? Because these players ain't getting paid, like fully paid. If you don't play, if they don't play in Europe, that's one thing. So we kind of making a profit already on that aspect. If you get it. And
the clauses, right?
Conference League won't.
I don't
pay
think
you
we'll have
enough.
any bonuses for player contracts if we qualify for Conference League, though. I think we'll just be for Champions League.
It depends on
think
the
it's just
contract.
for Champions League.
Now you have it. Now you have it. So basically, in the I think for Enzo Fernandez, the contract in Enzo Fernandez, what I've heard is he only gets 100% full pay if they play Champions League. I think it was maybe Europa League 2. Conference League is out of the question. So when people be talking about Conference League, just scrape it because we
It's
ain't
the
playing
FFP
in
that
that
will screw us
competition.
anyway.
So lads, this is a fantastic conversation that we've just had, and we've uncovered something that I had no idea about. Now I want to pose the question. You know how people say, oh, nah, Enzo will stay at Chelsea forever. He's got a 9, 10, 20-year contract. All of these players in 6, 7 years' time are going to be like superstars. Lads, if they have in their contract that they can't earn as much as they could, perhaps, if they were in the Champions League, what will make them stick around at Chelsea? Surely they're not going to be wanting to be at Chelsea to finish 10th and not be in Champions League, knowing that the other clubs like PSG, Real Madrid, or whoever else out there will pay a lot more, and then they get the bonuses of Champions Leagues as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, why would these players want to stick around?
You
at Chelsea
don't
Football
need
Club?
you don't need clubs outside of England. Means just look at Man United, Newcastle.
Exactly. You don't even
No,
need
no,
outside
no,
of England.
Now the
Arsenal,
question.
they'll pay the wages. Like there's so many clubs in England that will pay wages.
Trust me.
Yeah.
Now the question is. I don't know how much Enzo is earning because one source says
120k.
97.
I swear I heard 120k or something,
Okay,
or 97,
120K
something like
is
that.
perfect.
Yeah.
120K is perfect. Now the question is, he might stay because he loves the club. Like in general, he just loves it, and he loves
Yeah.
He doesn't love
London.
the
Yeah,
club.
he just might stay. And just for the respect of the fans, he won't go to Spurs or Arsenal. He just might do that. That's just a might. But I swear to God,
But
when this
Benji,
guy,
would he
listen,
stay?
when this guy gets tired of something, he's gonna skip training. He won't come. He won't show because best believe if you've done it in your old club, who's saying you won't do it? You won't do it in our club.
Bro, what loyalty
This
does he
guy
have with
took
Chelsea, bro?
vacation. This guy took vacation on game day in Benfica.
Bro, Benji, what loyalty does he have with Chelsea, bro?
Nothing.
And
That's
you
what I'm
know,
saying.
and you know what's
There's no
the one
loyalty
way
in
he
this
can
game.
use?
There's no
One
loyalty
reason
in
he
this
can use.
game.
He can say the fans that constantly abuse him online is one of the reasons why he wants to leave.
And he already knocked himself out of Twitter, didn't he? Recently, he got himself out of social media.
Yeah, he and Caicedo.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think they deactivated or something. I don't know.
It's madness, man. Milo K is saying the FFP charges will be hit with when we enter Europe, and Conference League returns don't have that money to counter the losses, so we will be charged heavily. 1 billion spent, we will be dead. We will be dead.
Also,
Yeah,
Aka,
don't forget, guys,
Yeah, go
how I was going to say, do you remember when Igbali first took over? He had the arrogance to say, "Oh, Chelsea wasn't well run on the sporting side or the business side." And now, 2 years later, how well run are we now? Where we can't even qualify for
irony,
a
eh?
competition.
Well
We
done.
can't even
Well
qualify
done.
Well,
for a
that
competition.
backfired.
We can't even qualify for the third-tier competition without getting
We are
sanctioned
going to
or
be
banned
a case
potentially.
study on the Wall Street Journal. man.
Top comment there from Constantine, man. Like
Constantine,
the
can you imagine?
arrogance of these owners, bro. Wow.
Constantine, can you imagine? We went from getting 36 million, a game. Champions League, you get I think it was like 36 million a game, group games, and then you get like 50 million group stages. Knockout rounds. Sorry. To Conference League, 5 million. Are you crazy? Conference League, you get
Wow.
5 millions.
And even then, we'll get fined on top of the 5 million. So it won't even count as a
Can
profit.
you
because
imagine
we'll just get fined.
winning the Conference League gives
breaking
you like
FFP.
115 million? What's that? 15 million.
Winning the Conference League gives you how much? 15? 1-5?
Brother. There's
That's what we
no
spent on David
money
Washington.
in Conference League.
Benji, that won't even pay the money for David Washington, bro. That's too funny, bro. That's
It's
too
crazy,
funny.
man. It's crazy.
Wow. Far out, man. Yeah, well, we might as well not make it to Conference League,
So do we want the Carabao Cup or not?
It seems like we
basically-
don't. We get screwed if we
Basically,
get
for the
Carabao
best
Cup.
of the club, no. But the owners maybe just want, the extra revenue, from the stadium and all that, and the TV money. But
I think the owners think that we will get to
everything.
Europa League football instead,
But
Europa
you know
League will
what?
get you more.
E-
Europa League will
even-
get you more.
Even
Because
with
that's
the
like
extra
that's minimum.
Even with the extra revenue through Conference League for the match days, it's not going to compensate for the fines that you're going to cop.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's counterproductive.
Not even
It's
the fines,
counterproductive.
the potential bans as well. So even next season, if we are in the top 6 and get Europa League, we probably won't even be allowed to compete because we'll be banned. So it's like a snowball effect.
Far out.
Oh,
So it's either we
believe
make
that
top
transfer
4
ban
or we
is
don't make anything at
haunting
all.
us. That transfer ban is haunting us big time. Big time. I just saw
So
a
we-
comment from Aaron. This guy said 5 million euros for winning Conference League,
Oh my God.
13 to 15 million in total for the whole competition.
I feel sick, man.
Basically,
And we wanna
it's for
play
the
that
minnows,
competition.
bro. That competition is not for clubs like Chelsea. It's that competition is for clubs like minnows, basically.
That competition is not for any Premier League club, means.
It's not for Premier League clubs, bro. That competition is not for Premier League
That's
clubs.
for the
Unless you're like
useless
a-
clubs
I don't
in Sweden, bruv.
Yeah.
It's for the
yeah.
useless media club in Norway, Sweden, you know, Denmark, Belgium, the Netherlands. We're
We're them men now. Are we them men now?
no. Just compare us to AIK in Sweden, bro.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
Guys,
God.
it's only 2 years.
It's
It's only 2
crazy.
years since we won the Champions League, and now we're talking like this.
Now we're finished, bro. This is why I keep saying we are finished.
What do you
This
come
is what we say. This is why I say we are done.
Miz, you know what? Now I really agree. At first, I didn't, agree 100%. Now I really agree. We're screwed. What do you can't believe?
Oh yeah. Read it.
What do you can't believe, guys? What do you
In
can't
2
believe?
years, the owners killed our club.
So, lads, we definitely don't want to win that Carabao Cup. I think that's what we are saying.
I'm
think
Team
that-
Klopp, man.
I think that's what we are saying. Number one.
Yeah, we ain't
Number
winning.
2, we better start winning in the Premier League pronto to somehow get into
We have to make
Europa
Champions
League.
League, right? Or you?
What's Europa League these days? Top 6, 5th and 6th Europa League.
Europa
Yeah.
League is 6 because coefficient points. You know what?
But do we have the coefficient points this
We
season?
might not even get it because
If Man
Spain
City
is
win it,
doing
I think.
so good. Spain is doing so good. So yeah, just imagine 5th, and by luck, Aston Villa maybe wins, and we got an extra spot somehow. I
Bro,
don't
there's
know.
no way we're getting 6th, man. There's no way we're getting Europa. There's Newcastle as well ahead of us.
Unless
We win the FA. I know, but we ain't winning the FA.
Oh, if we win the FA Cup, we make it to Europa, right?
Yeah, but there's no
Yeah.
chance, miss. There's no chance. There's no chance. There's no chance. With Man City and Liverpool still in this competition, there's no way we win it. There's no way.
Yeah.
If these two, I wouldn't mind going to the finals for free. Just playing, the Leicesters, Prestons, and all these man, and play a West Ham in the finals. Yeah, just give me that and give me the FA Cup.
We've been so lucky with our draws as well. Like in these
We've
competitions.
been very lucky.
We've been lucky.
Because remember last
unlucky
season-
I
last
wouldn't
season.
last
mind
season-
having luck
last
on my
season we
side.
got
Last season,
done.
yeah,
we got
yeah,
Man
last-
City,
Man
yeah,
City
City
twice.
twice, yeah.
It was
Yeah, last season we got done.
I'm telling y'all right now, in this situation, we ain't getting past 8th. 8th, I can see us 9th, to be honest.
Is that a
Eighth,
good thing
I think
or a
eighth is
bad
generous.
thing
I think-
because of FFP?
10th.
Yeah.
Nah, man. No. 10th, no. I cannot
Conference
have
League is 7th.
I cannot have 10th. 8th.
Do you know
we
what?
Must. We
What's
must.
the maximum that realistically? What's the maximum position that we can get in the table realistically? How many games left in the Premier League for
I
us?
think it's. How many games are there? I think it's 14 games left.
14 games left.
And we,
Yeah.
and we still need to play the rest of the top 6, right?
Yeah, we've
So
had an
realistically, how many
easier
more?
fixtures.
How I look at it, or you know what? It depends because February, March is gonna be a tough month, man.
Okay,
gonna be tough.
let's just say, for argument's sake, the Chelsea boy 1, 2, 3, 4 saying 7th. 7th. What's 7th giving us? Conference League again.
Yeah,
Yeah, Conference League.
So then we're done.
we're done. We're screwed.
Then we're screwed.
I ain't taking 7. It's
So
either
we-
6.
Give
either
me the
6.
eighth. Give me the 8th
So-
place
so-
trophy and Pochettino out.
So
It's
it's either 6th or just come 8th, 9th, 10th. Just
And win the
keep going
FA,
backwards.
yeah.
The thing is, If we had a competent
Listen, it's
manager,
either
I think we could
6.
get top 6,
It's either
but not
6
right now.
and get Europa, or it's either finish 8th, 9th, or 10th and get the FA. It's one of them. It's one of them, and both are basically impossible. So we screwed. We're finished.
But the
Especially
caveat is, with
Pochettino, man.
Poch, if
With
we
Poch,
get
definitely.
smacked against Man City, get smacked against Liverpool, and then if they do make a change, and let's say hypothetically we get someone like a Hansi Flick, I think we can still get top 6, well 6 maximum.
Hansi
So it all
Flick
just
is
depends on the
basically a
manager.
Poch basic. Hansi Flick is basically
No.
Poch,
Hansi
but
Flick. No.
he's a better
There's
tactician.
no way you can
That
say
I was about to say. He tactically he's better. He's better than Poch tactically, but the Gengen pressing and these players, nah, it ain't gonna work.
I think he can have a similar impact to not to the level of a Tuchel when he came in mid-season, but he can have an impact enough where we can get 6th place. If he were to come in with Poch, definitely we're probably 9th or 10th. But if we were to make a change after the next 2 games, which we're going to lose, in my opinion,
then we have to make a change like now.
Now,
to be
now,
honest.
now.
Like, we have
Lads,
to-
I'll tell you this much.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this much. There's no
He's
change
staying-
happening. There's no
he's staying to the end of the
there's
season.
no change happening this season.
This season,
the end of the
Pochettino
season.
is all the way-
Miz, so you think if we
No.
lose 5-0 against Man City, 5-0 against Liverpool in the final, you think they still won't make a change?
Yep, they won't.
The only
5-0
way,
both
Constantine, this happens, the only way the change happens, Constantine, is Stamford Bridge's got to erupt.
yeah.
But the thing is,
These
we wouldn't have been playing at
others-
Stamford Bridge
Fully
until we're not playing at Stamford Bridge till like
Until Leeds.
the cup again.
Until Leeds.
Until Leeds,
Until
yeah.
Leeds.
Until Leeds. If we lose the final and we lose against Leeds, then we kind of forced to fire Poch. Did you see the news? We didn't even want to fire Poch for 10 million.
That was
10
such a
million.
lie. That was such a lie.
Constantine, do you not think that enough damage has been done for Poch to leave already?
Of course.
But
So what makes you
I
think
think
that
the
more
damage-
damage isn't going to make any more changes? It's not. He's staying. He's
the
staying to
damage,
the end of the
the
season.
damage is already at 100%, but losing, getting smacked in the final can just maybe take it over 101%. And that should be-
120%.
is it because they don't want to include this into the bill sheet of the season?
I think so, bro. I really
So they
do.
want to wait till like 1st July and then they sack him.
And then they sack him. Yes, Valan.
I want
Yes.
to just
God.
debunk that as well
You
because
got a point.
because realistically, if you go by that logic, then Poch should see out the rest of his contract. Because what difference does it make sacking Poch now or sacking him in 2 weeks? Even sacking him and his staff, what's the difference on their balance sheet? It will be like, what, 500k or 1 million? It's not a massive difference, right? Either you
No,
sack him
I
now or you
think-
sack
I
him
think-
1 month from now.
No. The difference is sacking him now, you'd have to pay out his rest of his contract and his backroom staff as well. And all of
Yeah.
that goes into the
Yeah.
accounting
This year.
period
Forget-
this year.
If we lose our next 5 games and you sack him, then you sack him anyway. So what difference does sacking him now or is sacking him in 1 month?
But
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is, Constantine, they will not sack him. Even if we lose the next 5, they will not sack him.
No, I think they will. I think we'll get too much. They have to sack
They
him.
must miss. They must.
Bro, if they
must.
sack him, I
They
will be
must.
so happy, man.
They must.
If we lose our next 5 games, there's no way they don't sack him. It's
5.
impossible.
Well-
You're giving him 5 games,
Brother,
Well-
get 5.
No.
bro. I'm giving him the
Guaranteed he's losing the next 2.
Yeah.
That's a guarantee.
And then the next game
Bro.
after that is Brentford away, which I don't think we'll win. Maybe a draw.
Evan Tony, man.
I'm not even sure if we're going to win against Leeds at Stamford Bridge. You know, like
Leeds are doing
that.
really good.
They're
Leeds are doing
good.
really good.
They're good.
Leeds are good.
We could probably squeeze a win there. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we could potentially squeeze a win. We're not beating City at Etihad, and we're not winning against Liverpool
At Wembley, no.
at Wembley. So that's 2 that's not happening.
Guarantee loss.
And then we got Spurs after that.
I think that's been
And
postponed.
Spurs at the bridge, right?
Spurs
Nah,
at the
that one-
bridge.
that
We
one's
got Spurs at the
postponed.
bridge.
That one's
Arsenal
postponed,
away. Arsenal away. We have Wolves at home. No, we already
No.
played Wolves.
Yeah, we
Hey,
played Wolves
Wolves
already.
twice.
We already played Wolves.
And we lost twice, didn't we?
Yep. No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost twice.
Newcastle?
It's only because Wolves had a
Yeah,
extra day's
Newcastle.
rest.
We have Newcastle at
Oh yeah,
home.
Wolves had an extra day's rest. Remember?
Yeah.
I love it. That was a good one, Constantine. I love that one. Varun, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. We play 8 teams above us in the remaining fixtures.
Shoot. Then we definitely screwed. We have West Ham at
At least
home.
we don't have to worry about Conference League at this point.
Well.
Then, guys, what are we
interesting
saying?
times.
Should we just take the Conference League and just accept the ban, or just finish 10th?
Lads, would it be bad to accept the ban? Maybe that might be good.
Nah, man. Nah, man.
Yeah.
I don't want
I
to
would
buy
take
any more
it.
players.
I would take it
Listen,
just as a.
Listen, if we're gonna take the ban in Conference League, then you better get them hefty players on that. Or we can't. Oh, we
But
can't
what
even do
hefty
that
players,
in
bro?
teams.
John Duran.
Oh, God.
But Miz, we either employ some good damn development coaches and coach these David Washingtons and Andre Santos and all these guys, because if we get that transfer ban, it ain't gonna be for 1 year. I
Didn't
think
someone, Benji, didn't someone mention, I think it might have been Alex Goldberg, right? Recently in one of his videos, he said, Chelsea are preparing for a potential transfer ban.
yeah,
Didn't he say that?
he did.
Oh, my
And
God.
I think he said it wasn't for 1 season. I think it was for 2 or 3.
So one of the reasons why we are stocking up on all of these kids now is, once we get the transfer ban for 2 windows or whatever, we have all these youngsters. Do you know what I mean, that we can rely on?
Oh shit, Hodge! Oh my God, they
with
deducted points
lower
next
wages.
season.
None of them are even developing at our rate where we can say confidently they'll be in the first team in 1 or 2 years. They're all just stagnating because there's so many.
Yeah, and Miss, don't forget the deducted point next year, Hodge.
Of course. How can you forget the deducted points? I said it. So many people said, "Oh, Miz, you're being negative again. You don't know what you're talking about." This is what I mean.
God.
Deducted points for next season. Like,
Crazy.
if we get deducted points for next season,
We are in relegation battle.
that'll be 3 seasons of like
Mediocrity.
It's
And
actually
we
common
could
sense.
potentially be fighting for relegation.
What
Now,
team?
you know what? Now I switched my mind. Now get me Conference League transfer ban, because if we are in the Conference League, at least win it and get Europa.
Get Europa League, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
you know
Get
what?
the
I
ban.
switched
But then even if we win it, we'll probably get banned from the Europa League because of the charges.
Because of the charges.
Oh, flip.
Far
We're
out,
screwed.
bro. Get
Oh, my God.
some lawyers or something. Get some
we're
lawyers.
softened. You know what?
Nah, you can't even do anything.
Just
And
give
all
me
of these-
Conference.
All
Just
of
give
these
me
bans
Conference
and
League in that meaty 15 million, man.
all of these bans and fans, what do we even have to show for it? It's not like we're just competing at the top and we're winning. Like we're literally so mediocre and have nothing to show for it.
We got
On top
nothing
of
to
that,
show. There's no difference between us and some of the Italian clubs that are struggling, like a Roma
Exactly.
or something. Like,
it
there's
makes
no
sense
difference.
because what other team doesn't play European football for 2 seasons, spends $1 billion, and then they think it's all going to be okay? Like, of course you're going to get sanctioned.
So that brother Constantine, that brother recently, that Man City advisor, he was onto something.
I mean,
Yeah,
$1
he
billion in free transfer windows with no European football. Come on, like it's just
The maths, huh? Do the maths. Yeah.
Man, I'm getting a headache.
Gallagher, in that case,
He's
gotta
definitely getting sold.
He's gone. Like without
yeah.
whether we like it or not,
Gilchrist
he's
is
gone.
getting sold as well, miss.
Yeah, I said that as soon as I
Has
saw
to be a
Gilchrist.
sacrificial
I thought,
lamb.
Gilchrist, no. Gilchrist is
Gilchrist,
staying.
pure
He's
profit.
gonna sign a new contract. We're gonna sell him in the future. Just
Yeah,
get him up to 30
100%.
million, then sell him.
I'll tell you, Matson, forget it. It doesn't matter.
Matson, he's gone.
You're gone.
That brother
You're
is
gone.
gone.
You're gone. Amanda Broya, you're gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Chalaba, you're gone.
Gone.
Hall, Lewis
Gallagher,
Hall,
100%. You're gone. More than you can believe. Gallagher, you're gone.
Levi
If you are
Colwell as well.
English, if you are English, you are gone.
next year.
Levi Colwell, that's a big shout.
Not this
Levi
season,
Colwell.
but probably the
Not
season
this
after.
season. Not this season.
Not
Not
this
this
season.
season. Maybe next. Maybe even in 2 seasons, he's gonna
Because
be sold.
if we don't qualify for Europe again next season, then they have to just do the same thing
Then
again.
we
and
have to
just
keep
rinse
selling.
and-
We have to keep selling.
Yeah.
Keep selling.
Madueke, he's gone. We
Yeah,
bought
but
this brother
Madueke
for
is not
30
pure
million.
Madueke is not pure profit.
He's gonna be a profit. Just sell him. Just sell him.
Just sell him. Just sell him.
He's a
He's gonna
good
be a
player.
loss.
Don't get me wrong. He's a good player, but we're gonna
Nah.
sell him. Gusto, 30 million. Yeah, That's a profit.
Oh,
Sell him.
Reece James. Don't forget Reece James.
Reece James, pure
He's
profit.
He's going to go
Sell
to
him.
Real Madrid.
Yeah, if there's suitors for him, they will sell him. They'll think about it. They'll think
Who's
about
more?
it.
Cassidy, we can sell him. That's basically pure profit. That's
But Cassidy, we
from
won't
20
even.
million.
We
bought that
bought him for
myself
20,
20
and
million.
then we'll sell him for 20. Like, there's no profit on Cassidy. He's not increased his value. So it's just.
What did I say not that long ago that I think it was in the last members calling maybe that I had this bit of a revelation that it'll be just like, do you remember when Arsenal back in the days when they did and don't
Your
forget
Nasris,
once-
your Adebayos, all that, right?
exactly. Don't forget, once we get that stadium built, that's it. We're not getting no more players after that because that's going to cost a lot of money, right?
But that's so far away, though. That's like 7 years away. So I don't even want to imagine where we'll be in 7 years' time. Under
All
these
right,
owners.
let's forget that for a time being, right? Let's forget that. But when Arsenal built that stadium, and then they were going through the phase where every time they had a team that looked like could compete, boom, all the good players gone for.
They had to sell.
And they all
sell.
went to Man City.
Man City.
But at least their
Nasri.
team was top 3, top 4. Our team are in 10th, so I'm not even sure who's even buying our players.
Yeah, you're
They were
right.
always in top. They were always still top 4.
You're right.
We-
So, Constantine, are you telling me are we literally gonna sit here and watch our club for 10 years being mediocrity just to wait for some
Basically,
other
being
ownership?
becoming Arsenal.
This is why they keep saying follow the Arsenal model.
But we're not even on
Arsenal?
the Arsenal model. We're like way
We-
below the Arsenal model. We're not even on
Miz,
the Arsenal model.
Miz, can you imagine? We are the only top 6 club to be in this position. Arsenal has never
History.
been this bad. Never in the history have they been this bad. We
Yeah.
are the only club in the top
Not even
6.
Tottenham have been this
It's
bad.
not even Tottenham.
Yeah.
We are the only club in London, or not in London, in the Big 6, sorry, to be
Yeah.
outside the top 6 or the top 10
After spending a billion. It's
After
not-
spending
no,
a billion, don't
After
forget
spending
that.
a
after
billion.
spending a billion.
You would think after spending a billion, your trajectory will go up.
If we could re-spend that billion, if we can just re-spend that billion on maybe an Osimhen for 150 and give him that death row contract, Enzo Fernandez Caicedo, you just keep that and just give me a proper coach with a high salary. I would rather take that and 3 transfer bans.
Can I ask you guys a
than
question?
this.
Go
Yeah.
on, go on,
After
bro.
all the money that we spent, under Clearlake Capital, so from the first summer window to now, if you can get a full refund on all of the players, I think it's like 35 players we've signed or 30. How many players would you actually keep? If you could get a full refund for the players that we've purchased,
Bro,
under Clearlake,
I'm
how many
keeping-
would you keep?
Full refund.
Bro, I'm keeping 4.
Full
I'm keeping 4 players.
full
I'm
refund.
keeping
Full
4 players.
refund. I'm getting rid of Mudryk. I'm
No,
getting rid of.
how many would you keep? Because it'll probably be simpler because it'll be less numbers.
Oh yeah,
Enzo.
yeah, you're right. How many will we keep? Cole
Enzo.
Bro,
Palmer,
I'm keeping 4 players.
Cole
4
Palmer.
players.
Enzo,
Petrovic,
Malo
Caicedo.
Gusto.
Gusto.
Petro? Nah.
Malo-
Petro needs to
Malo
go back to
Gusto.
MLS.
No, Petrovic, you'll keep him for 10 million.
yeah, we'll keep him. For,
10 million.
Petrovic,
Oh, yeah.
that's
That was
fine.
nothing.
Gusto,
Yeah, so Malo Gusto, Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, Cole
Petrovic.
Palmer, Petrovic,
Nkunku.
Nkunku, 6.
And Kunku. Yeah, that's basically it.
So when you
That's
actually keep that
basically
6 players out of what, 30, 35? That's crazy.
Can you imagine? That's basically
well played,
600
Constantine,
million.
man. That's well
That's
played.
basically 600 million we spent.
I guess to be honest, I would probably keep maybe like an Andre Santos or like a Chukwuemeka just because I do see talent in those two, like in particular, but all the rest, I would.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's still
And
like a
Angelo,
maximum of
Lavia as well. Maybe Lavia. Yeah.
I'd even keep Angelo.
If I can get, I'm sure if we can get a full refund for Lavia right now, we will take it like 70 million and reinvest it somewhere else because we've not
Do you
seen
know what?
anything of him.
I was never pushing for Lavia anyway. Like,
Nope, I
because
wasn't.
it was a bit too much for us. We had enough. Like,
Bro,
Lavia
how
was a
many
bit too
midfielders
much.
are we gonna get?
What's the pathway for someone like Ugo Chukwu if Lavia in his position and they're both the same age?
There is
Then
no pathway. There's no
it's-
pathway.
When
a
we
clash.
got
The
Ugochukwu,
pathway is to Strasbourg. That's the pathway.
yeah,
Now you have Ding Dong as well, right, miss?
What did you call it?
You were the
What
one
did
that
you call
started
him?
it, right? Oh, you can eat Chelsea. You call him Ding Dong, right? Or was it a Baba?
I didn't say that.
It was Baba, right? It was Baba.
it must have been Baba.
I think it must have been Baba, bro. He
It
said
must have
ding
been
dong.
Baba. Ding dong. Nah, that's funny, man. That's funny.
too
That's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah, people forget. We got that Papa Papa Dua Diong or whatever his name is, bro.
Oh, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even know who he was talking about. That's what he meant, bro. Papa Diong Dieng.
Oh.
We
I
can't even keep the
completely
track of
mistook
the
it.
play. Don't forget, we got like Alex Matos, who.
Oh yeah, Kendrick Paez as well.
Oh shit, we even got that, brother.
Yeah,
Kendrick
and
Paez,
he's will be
he's going to come to
a
save
real
us
deal,
in
right?
2025.
No. Don't even be surprised if Kendrick Paez doesn't even kick a ball for Chelsea and gets sold to someone else for
Yeah,
80
yeah.
million. For 80
Oh,
million.
I wouldn't be
Not
surprised.
even 80. I think they'll just flip him for like 30, 40. They're like signing for 20.
Wait, no. That's no profit because
Yeah.
we pay 20 million. We pay 20 million
So
with the
50.
add-on clause. With the add-on. With the add-on.
I reckon he'll go for something around
50?
60 million.
We
Yeah,
How much
50,
did
60.
Endrick go
over
for?
60. We must pay.
how much
We
did
must
Endrick
settle
go
for
for?
60.
Kendrick went for
Kendrick
like
went for
60.
So if Kendrick Paez, we could get 60 for him. That's it. That's done deal. I said that's done
Atletico
deal.
Madrid, someone like Atletico Madrid will come in for him 45, 50 million, 60 million.
Don't be surprised if Chelsea sell him for that price. Do not be surprised because that's profit straight up. Boom.
Because it probably next summer we'll be in a worse position than we are now. So I'm sure there'll be some workaround for him not to even want to come here anymore.
Yeah, and then the board and the owners can sit down and have a mad meal, some mad drinks, and just go, look, see, the model's working. The model's working. We got young players and we're flipping them for good money. The model is working fine.
And that's just one part of the model as well. The main part is the TV money, the sponsorships, the potential Super League, the stadium. That's all just going to add on to the overall value of the club.
Yeah,
Yes,
all of that. You just said all of that. Just scrape it because we ain't getting that. What we getting that OnlyFans on our front shirt next season.
We
That's
were
what
so
we
close
get.
to getting steak, right?
We still haven't even got a sponsor for next season, a shirt sponsor. That's how embarrassing.
We want. Can you imagine? We want a Riyadh Air without European football. How deluded can we be? How deluded
Chelsea
can we
wasn't well run on the business side, and at what match day did we have a shirt sponsor this season? Was like the 10th match day, or like the?
It was mad. We
was
played
so
like
long
10
without
games.
a shirt.
That's
I
crazy.
can't imagine being under Roman and having no shirt sponsor for like 10 games. That would just never happen.
No way.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you. We get an OnlyFans as a sponsor next season. OnlyFans. What?
Do you know what, Benji? I won't even be surprised anymore. I think they'll go for OnlyFans or they'll go for like a betting company.
Another thing as well, I won't be surprised if we get done for the Infinite Athlete sponsorship, because the same way that Man City are getting done right now, part of their charges is the Etihad sponsorships. That's like fake sponsorships.
Yep. Because this is a made-up company.
Yeah,
this is a made-up
that's
company.
exactly
It's
what
a
I was about
made-up
to say.
company.
If you guys do your research, Infinite Athlete, even if you go on the website, like it doesn't make sense how they're sponsoring Chelsea Football Club. I'm not sure how they're making
not a
so
real
much
country.
revenue.
How can they sponsor?
Because
not a real
40
company at
million?
all.
Constantine, with Infinite Athlete, part owners are Clear Lake, aren't they?
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, it was created after they bought Chelsea. So it's literally a company that was invented overnight, and now suddenly they're sponsoring us. Like down the line, if it's not next year or the year after, we're going to get done for that sponsorship as well.
Because how is that club sponsoring us and giving us what? How much did they give us? That sponsorship?
40 million.
Like 40 million.
40
million. How are they generating 40 million when they just got created?
And it's like even what they do as a company, it's so like muddy. It's not even clear
it's
what
so
they
airy
do.
fairy. It's what does Infinite Athlete do, man? What do they do? Can someone tell me what they do?
Apparently they got like equipment for training.
Data analysis.
Equipment for training, and you can. I don't know. It's so.
And that equipment is giving them enough profit to sponsor Chelsea Football Club. There's no way.
For 40 million for only equipment, we get it done.
Who are Infinite Athletes customers? Who are their customers? I want to know. Who are their customers?
Apparently it's us,
Chelsea,
and Burnley, and
Chelsea.
then
Chelsea. Todd Bowley is the customer.
Top Boy is the customer. Top Boy is the owner. Top Boy is the shareholder.
Because I want to know a full financial analysis on Infinite Athlete.
I'm on the website right now. It's just Chelsea Football Club all over. That's the.
So we're the only customer. We're their only customer.
It looks like it.
Honestly, Constantine.
But the thing is, the Premier League was the one that approved of this, right? So they should have done their due diligence, didn't they?
Can we get done if they've already approved it?
Yeah, because they turned down Amazon.
The same way that
they turned down Prime, right? Amazon Prime.
Yeah, the same way that they approved the Etihad sponsorships for Man City. It's going to be the same thing.
So they can re-look at all of this stuff again, yeah?
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
saying, "Miss, check Dodgers and this, that." All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let me just check up on all these news stuff. What's going on? People are saying there's a lot of news. Chelsea are sounding out alternatives to Victor Osimhen. Oh, there we go. Alternatives. I thought it wasn't a Nizar Kinsella that told us that it is
Told
Victor
you.
Osimhen. Now all of a sudden it's alternatives. That just shows that Nizar knows nothing. They're interested in Brentford's Ivan Toney and Brighton's Evan Fick. Nizar, stop it, bro. Stop it. We can't get Victor Osimhen. What makes you think we can get Ivan Toney? Like, Ivan Toney is going to be a lot. Like, he'll cost
And
a lot of money.
another Brighton guy.
And another Brighton guy. Do you think Brighton, they're just going to give Ferguson for 50 million? They're apparently
Even Ferguson,
smacking...
he's not even ready, man. I think
He's
he
not
needs more
even
time.
ready. He's not even ready. Please stop with this nonsense. What's the next nonsense we got? When I went into Antonio Conte's home in Turin for the interview... Oh, yeah, that interview. Okay, well. That's a different... Oh, what is going on here? What is that? Did I just see someone just like get smacked in the ass?
Yeah, that's what Twitter is.
Hero Wars. What kind of ads are happening here, man? That's mad.
It is a place for mutants, miss.
It's crazy, man. Raheem Sterling had an eye-watering offer from Saudi Arabia at the end of last season. It is believed that he would have been within the top 3 best paid players after Ronaldo, but he had no interest in calling it quits at Chelsea. Well, I think you might have to reconsider.
Just call it quits.
He will have to reconsider his Saudi offer at the end of the season.
Modi, you can believe. I want that 60 million. Just give me that 60 million back.
Last April, Todd Bowley gave Raheem Sterling a personal pep talk that amounted to telling him that he's a world-class player and he could have been delivering more in terms of performance and leadership. Really?
You need your owner to tell you this. What the heck?
That's just embarrassing.
That's mad. That is quite embarrassing.
Flipping embarrassing.
That is very embarrassing. Why is he still around at Chelsea if that's the case?
The money.
Miss, the disrespect.
Wow.
Crazy.
Can you
More
imagine
stuff on
Roman
Raheem
Abramovich giving Drogba a pep talk? Oh my god.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Thomas Tuchel made it his mission to sign Raheem Sterling in the summer of 2022, convincing Bowley and Iqbali that he would transform Chelsea's attack and speaking personally with the player to encourage him to move. But just a month into the season, the German was sacked. It's just a lot of craziness, man. Like, honestly,
The thing with Sterling's not built to be a main star player for a club. He's complements other good players around him. If you just put Sterling alongside a bunch of kids, he's just gonna dip himself. Like,
exactly. You surrounded Sterling with
Kids.
a lot of nobodies as well. So check this out. We know Chelsea have a wage policy where they don't want to pay many players, if any, over 100 to 150k per week. This is what I'm saying. Forget Ivan Toney, forget Osimhen, because
even forget Solanke, man.
Even Solanke, forget it. They're not accepting this level of wages. They're not. Oh my God, it just makes me sad, man. It just makes me sad. What's this about Romeo Lavia? On Romeo Lavia's injury, it's a mystery, and no one can give you a straight answer. It's a mystery.
This is just bullshit. Man. This is bullshit.
Why is it a mystery?
Mystery, wow.
Why is it a mystery? Yeah, sure. I don't know what's happening or where he is.
This is bullshit.
Is he kidnapped? You come up against a blank wall when you ask questions about him. I don't know is the honest answer. Why?
Bro, just bring Scooby-Doo to his club, man. He will solve that mystery. The fuck?
What's going on is this guy still our player?
We spent 70 million on this guy as well, and it's a mystery now where he is.
It's a scam, miss.
Wow.
You paid 50 million for this guy. Come on. Now.
How much did we spend? 70?
No,
50
50. We paid
55,
50.
right? 55.
No, it was 70. I'm sure it was 70, no?
74.
Right?
No.
Maybe with that on 70.
No, I think it was 42 plus 5 or something.
No, definitely not 42. That's too.
No, definitely not 42. I think Liverpool were looking at somewhere around 50 million anyway.
58.
Oh my days. Oh my days.
Even
We
Leslie.
bought
What happened
Romeo
to
Lavia
Leslie? He was.
58 million.
Yeah, what happened to
50
Ugochukwu? What happened to Ugochukwu? Where
The
is
last
he?
gone
time,
as
the
well.
last time we heard, they thought that he apparently got a worse injury than first hoped.
What injury was that? Like,
Yeah, they
does
never
anyone know
clarified the
what
injuries. It's just like an injury, and then that's it. He's gone.
All I know is this club's finished, man. James
finished.
Adwood, thank you so much for the super chat. Fear the Cyprus report. It's coming for us. Yeah, someone said Mayang saying 58 million. Yeah, I think it was 58 million. Yeah. Haji saying, I'm telling you, we will sign João Pedro and get De Zerbi. It seems they are preparing the club for De Zerbi.
No, we won't get this guy.
What would De Zerbi even do with us as well? Like, what? I guess these players probably fit his style a lot more. But I'm just worried about I'm not even worried about the style of football. I'm just worried about
The club in
well-being.
general.
Yeah, just the club in general.
Are we
man.
gonna be liquidated?
We're stuck with the majority of the squad for at least 2, 3, 4 years. Like, there's not going to be a massive overhaul. In the summer, we'll probably sign 2, 3 players max, maybe a striker, John Duran. I think we'll probably go to Fulham for Antoine Robinson. I think
That's what
that's
we
the
all
reason
thought.
why.
Robinson. Yeah.
That's the reason why we gave them Broja such a good deal as a sweetener, in my opinion, just to come back in the
So
summer.
that we can go for Anthony Robinson.
Yeah, because we literally gave Broja to Fulham for like almost a zero
free.
fee because he's
Yeah.
going to play majority of their games.
If
The loan fee will be zero, and then
Do you know what?
that's
You're
a
onto
sweetener for
something.
Robinson.
you're
Onto something. You're onto
Yeah.
something.
They're
You're
going to sell
onto
Kukureya because he's on big wages, and then they're going to go for Antoine Robinson, and then that's
cheaper wages.
even
and probably get a
even that
better deal.
what's the left back from Bournemouth? Kerkez
Milos Kerkez.
Yeah. So we're looking at this guy because I know I've been seeing people saying, "Oh, we're getting Alphonso Davies." I was like, "You crazy for 150?"
Who's this left back? Who's this left back?
The Bournemouth one.
It's a Hungarian left back from Bournemouth. They just signed him last summer.
They just signed him for like 1 year ago.
Is this
Yeah.
a legitimate link? I've never seen this
Yeah.
link.
Yeah.
Who said this link?
Ben Jacobs, right? Was it Ben Jacobs?
Yeah, they're looking at.
Yeah.
They said they
Ben Jacobs or,
appreciate him.
Simon Phillips, I think one of them.
my
yeah.
god! Oh my god!
Well, it does fit the mold, right? Yeah, player,
Oh my
19.
god!
So yeah, we're looking at Kerkez. Alfonso Davies is out the window, and
The,
then
the wages for Alfonso Davies is finished. Don't worry, we're not paying for those.
he's gonna
wages.
crave at least 250, and we ain't paying him that. So
He's
Why
Real Madrid
would he
bound,
go
man.
to Chelsea that have
He's
no
Real
Champions League
Madrid
football?
bound.
Yeah, why would he come to Chelsea? Who's too scared to even make it to Conference League because we can get done.
we're finished, man. We're so finished. We are so done.
Yo, Miss, does Matisse know this scenario?
No, he doesn't.
I don't think he does.
He doesn't. I think Matisse knows.
I just realized from you guys now. I didn't even know this scenario.
Oh, Miz, I cannot
Eunice
wait
knows.
for
I
all
think
you can
he
eat
mentioned
Chelsea
it.
when you bring
Yeah,
this
man,
up.
I'm gonna see Matisse's eyes just
I
wide.
because the
Eunice
funny
gonna
thing,
be like, we are dead.
Eunice knows this. The funny thing, Eunice knows this because he talks about this in his videos. Eunice knows this, but Matisse, I don't think Matisse does. And when Matisse get in hold of this information, it's gonna be a long day.
Damn, man. Wow. Oh my
And
god.
how many random Brazilians or South American players are we gonna get?
That's why we are stocking up on all of these randoms, aren't we? Because we're probably looking at a ban or something, or I don't know.
Thing is,
must.
we're stocking up, and we're not even giving them a pathway to even develop. It's just kids on
But
top of kids on top of kids,
I
and they're all
don't
just
get why
clashing
we.
with each
Yeah.
other.
I don't get why we're stockpiling when we can. Like, I in the old days, when you had unlimited amount of loans, yeah, I kind of get it. You want to stockpile, you want to always
But it
have.
was because of us they limited the number of loans.
But now you have limited amount of loans, so why are we stockpiling?
Yeah, but now because the stockpiling, the young players are coming into the first team. Before they were all going on loan. Now these players are going into the first team. Like Leslie, for example, there's no way he should be at Chelsea Football Club right now. If we're serious,
This guy should be at Strasbourg kicking
No
ball.
way he should be a Chelsea football.
So
player.
even
shouldn't
the
be.
players that were stockpiling, they're coming into our first team, and they should all be on loan. But there's a loan limit, so they're in our first team. So it's just a mismatch of loans, first team, and then just see who develops. And then none of them are developing. So it's just we are where we are.
Oh shit, yeah, we definitely
Total
screwed.
madness, man.
We screwed.
Total madness.
Yeah, just give me that Conference League. Let's win that and give me that 15 million, man. I'm done.
Even the
Just-
Andre Santos loan to Strasbourg was so lazy. I think they went under the radar how lazy that loan was because you've already ruined 6 months of this guy's career.
Bro,
Sending him to a
we
rubbish
should have
loan to
kept
Forest.
him. We
Not
should
even
have
kept him, but
him.
we knew that
We
he was
chose
coming
to
back.
keep Casadei instead for height.
We knew that he was coming back in November, so you had 3 months of due diligence to find him a good loan, maybe a Spanish club, a Portuguese club, because I think sometimes it goes under the radar. Like the player has to
It's
adapt
very
off
lazy.
the pitch.
Very
The player has to
lazy.
adapt off the pitch in order to develop. There's a good interview with Aurelio Gomez on TalkSport probably like a month ago. The goalkeeper that was at Spurs and Watford, he said when Richarlison first came to Watford, the reason why Richarlison started on fire at Watford because he helped him settle off the pitch so well. Even basic stuff like how do you open a bank account in London, what's the best place to live. I think his girlfriend was pregnant, where do my kids go nursery, where's the best shopping, all of these things, it helps the player develop off the pitch and adapt off the pitch,
100%.
and then they kick on the pitch. So us picking up this 18-year-old from Brazil, sending him to Nottingham, and then picking him up again, sending him to Strasbourg, he's not going to adapt to show his best on the pitch. So
With no parents.
I'm
Yeah,
going to tell you right now, Constantine, I'm going to tell you right now, we are witnessing ruining a player.
Yeah,
We
do
are.
your due diligence, send him to a team maybe in Spain or Portugal, because even how many South American players come through the French league in the last
Very
10 years?
few.
The only one
Very
off
few.
the top of my head is probably
Ronaldinho.
Gabriel, who's
Yeah,
at Arsenal,
Gabriel.
the centre
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
That's the
Oh,
only one
yeah,
I can think of. Unless there's
Gabriel.
someone obvious that I'm missing. And the reason why they don't develop in France is because the adaptation period from South America to France is very difficult.
It's
You have to adapt
crazy.
off the pitch.
In Spain,
They come
I
through
think most
Portugal. Yeah,
South
Portugal and
American-
Spain.
Yeah, I think in Spain or Portugal, because of the language, they
language is
settle
so
in.
The
similar.
language, the culture, even
The language,
the players
the
in your
culture,
team,
everything is
they'll help you
everything.
settle in. Because
And,
I've looked through
there's so,
I've looked
there's
through
so
the
many
squad in
Brazilian
Strasbourg.
and Portuguese people living
Exactly.
in those
Exactly.
areas, so you will always have someone under,
Exactly, to help you.
someone will always take you under the wing. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I've looked through the Strasbourg squad. There's no Portuguese speakers. So who's actually helping Angelo and Santos to settle into
It'll be
Strasbourg?
Gabriel. It'll be Angelo Gabriel now helping Santos.
Yeah.
Santos.
And when those two return back to Chelsea, who's going to help them? Silva's leaving.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one.
So these directors, they pick the most lazy option.
David Washington
Yeah.
will help them.
Winstanley and Stewart, they picked the most lazy option and sent Santos to Strasbourg when they had about 2 or 3 months to find a good loan for him, maybe in Portugal or in Spain, find the club and send him there because he was going to adapt quicker on the pitch because you've already wasted 6 months of his career. So you can't afford
Then,
another
yeah.
6 months of him to adapt in France. Like, it
Do you
doesn't
know
make
what,
any sense.
Constantine? Do you know what, Constantine? I've said this so many times. People don't understand the human element of a football.
Exactly.
Like they think
People don't want to understand this.
you're a footballer, just come and do your performance. That's it. Like you don't understand. Like these players, they need to be settled outside of football as well. Like as
Especially
you
the
said,
culture clash from Brazil to France. It's just so mad.
100%.
It's
Even from
crazy.
Brazil to England, like Andre Santos was doing the samba in Santos. Like he's enjoying the weather, he's enjoying the culture. Then he comes to London, it's gloomy, it's grey, it's rainy, it's cold. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and now France, it's also a different culture. Like Strasbourg, where's Strasbourg, by the way? Is that
Strasbourg is in like the middle of nowhere. It's like a small city. Like,
Bro, it's
not
a
even like
small
it's in Paris or
city near
something.
Switzerland.
it's not even like a Paris city where there's something to do.
Bro, that
Yeah.
city is small. It's a small city near Switzerland.
And even then, if you actually look into the midfielders Strasbourg have, they're all quite established in the team. I'm not sure how Santos is going to automatically start. He's going to get 10 minutes here and there off the bench, and then that's it. He's not going to develop. So that was a very lazy loan. Very, very lazy loan. And that goes under the radar as well. Because Santos, he actually played for Brazil.
Under
He had a
23.
couple of-
Yeah.
No, the first team.
Oh, the
He's-
men's
he's
team.
got-
Yeah, the men's team.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the men's team. Yeah,
He
did last
started
year.
for the men's team.
Last
yeah,
year.
you're right.
So
He
he has,
did.
so he does have potential, and then we're just shipping this player up to Nottingham, to Strasbourg, just here, there, and everywhere.
Bro, just give me that 70 million from Gallagher. Bring this player in, man. I've seen enough. I've seen enough.
I think the reason why they recalled
70 million for Gallagher, bro. He has less than 1 year in his contract, right?
Bro, we must. Bro, we
How?
must.
Not with
Bro,
this.
I'm telling
not
you,
with
bro.
this
He's
sporting
probably the
director.
I'm
most they're
telling
gonna
you
get.
right now.
Which stupid team is gonna pay 70 million for a guy
Bro,
with
no
1
one.
year left?
no one.
No.
No one.
Listen. Bro, listen to
50
this.
is probably the max.
Listen to this. We sold
50?
Mason
Come on,
Mount.
miss. Be realistic, man.
Look,
We sold
that's
Mason
pushing
Mount.
it, but add-ons.
We sold Mason Mount for 55, 60 million, and he didn't even play that year.
Nah, but you know what?
No, but
you know
Mason
what,
Mount
Mason
had
had a lot more
suitors from
pedigree.
Mason Mount
Arsenal,
had some
Liverpool, and
mad
Man
PR.
United.
Yeah, no,
I don't
Mason
care.
Mount
I
had
don't
some
care.
mad PR.
These directors, I don't care. These
but
directors gonna
Mason
look at.
Mount developed.
Oh, so you telling me the Conor Gallagher ain't developed? These directors gonna.
No. As in,
the
like Mason Mount, he showed
craziest
himself in the
pe-
Champions League. Like he actually did well in the Champions League run. That's what kind of boosted his stocks
I'm
up.
telling you got a point. But these directors, they're just gonna say, bro, look at his season. This guy shapes in with goals. He's a good presser.
He's only got 3
pure
goals this
profit.
season.
He's pure profit. They're gonna squeeze out every single.
And you know what the club is
Conor
gonna
Gallagher.
You're never
say?
getting
But the,
You're
And you
never
know what
getting
the club
funny
is gonna
thing
say?
is, Conor Gallagher,
Gallagher's best season, we're going to finish 10th. At least in Mount's best season, we won the Champions League, and he was actually a big part of that. Whether people like it,
No, he was.
major, like.
I'm not even gonna lie. He was actually a big
Yeah.
part of that Champions League, bro.
yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie.
It was.
And Conor Gallagher, we're 10th with Conor Gallagher, doing his best. So it's a different, ballpark.
Oh, it's a big
Yeah.
difference. It's a big difference.
I think they actually
But-
expected to sell Gallagher in January. That's why they recalled Cassidy. I thought that Cassidy would take the place of Gallagher in the squad.
Yeah, I
and
thought that too.
They
I
would
thought
sell
that too.
Gallagher in
When we
January.
recalled
but-
Cassidy, I thought, yeah, the deal is done.
Because Cassidy,
Do you know what?
realistically, how many games is he even going to start for us this season? It's probably 0.
Do you know what has happened here? The owner, the board were always looking to sell Gallagher.
But what's
It-
stopping them?
No.
turning
You know
the-
what?
from-
You know what happened, Valan?
Listen, Gallagher got the keys,
Poch
man.
screwed everything up. Poch came in and because he fits his style, he started playing him regularly. He was the one who was shining. That's what ruined it all for these board, the people in the board, because they were always looking to get rid of him. Now this has created a spanner in the mix because fans don't want some parts of the fan base don't want him sold.
To Spurs.
So now it's to Spurs, yeah.
That's the only
mostly
link.
to Spurs.
And the
Bro,
thing is,
I don't care, bro. I swear to God, I don't
why
care who
wouldn't the
sell
clubs
to.
just turn around and tell Chelsea, it's okay, we'll just wait till he runs out of contract?
That's the thing. Look at
Broya, look at Broya.
If I was him,
This
if I was
guy-
him, I would do that.
This guy has so much power. And he knows it because this guy, he would just say, "Oh, I ain't leaving." Because he would say, "Just give me a new contract,
As he
3
should, though,
years, 3 years,
because they're mucking him about.
150 quid a week,
Mm.
or I'll just leave for free and just
I
sign
think
out a
that's-
huge sign-on bonus."
I think that's a fair contract though for Gallagher. 150k a week. I think that's fair. Like it's not over the top.
What's
like, in
Gallagher
the
on
grand
now?
scheme of things.
What's Gallagher on now? What's his
60.
wages now?
60k.
Is it 60? Is it really 60?
Between 60 and 40k. He ain't on a lot. He ain't on a lot.
Okay. Let's. I heard he was around 50k or something like that, right? Let's say he's on 50k, bro. Even if you get to double your money to 100, or let's say we give you 110, that's a lot of money for you, Gallagher. Like that.
Mids.
That really is.
But the thing is as well,
If
they're
I was the
gonna.
director, I could agree a Gallagher. I could agree a contract with Gallagher today. Just give him 3 years because he got 2 years remaining. He got 18 months. Just give him
But
3
they're not
years.
offering him 3 years. They're going to offer him 8 years. And as a player, you don't want to get tied
That's the
down to
thing.
8-year contract.
That's the
They're
thing.
not gonna do the 3-year thing.
They're
These
offering
directors
him a
gonna
bad
offer
contract
him
on
like
purpose.
7 years, and then put it on the media. Gallagher said no. Oh, now he got the
Yeah.
whole fan base, against him. Now
They're just going to do the Mason Mount treatment again.
Yeah,
They'll do the
exactly.
Mason Mount
Yeah.
treatment. Yeah.
they're gonna give him like a stupid contract. They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, you want 150? Yeah, that's fine. Take your
But you know
150,
what, Benji, but
you're
you
gonna
know
be on
what?
the 8."
Benji, but you know what? These owners, they never wanted it. What I keep saying, owners. It's not really owners. Got no clue. The board never wanted this player anyway.
And,
They never
and they
wanted
will
him.
and they will be pressured into selling Gallagher for a lower
Because
price.
they can take the pure profit and just reinvest 20 million here, 20 million there, and then
Yeah.
hopefully land on the next gem.
They'll sell Gallagher and hope that they'll get somewhere around 45, 50, let's say, and then they'll
Yeah.
get 2 more Brazilian kids.
Because we're not selling
Yeah.
Gallagher to go and get like a Kimmich or a Nico Barella. We're going to
Oh.
sell Gallagher
Well,
and
they're
just
going to
spread
cost
that
Brazilian.
money
their
across.
wages. We're not going to be giving those wages. Never we're going to be giving.
Oh,
Kimmich
guys,
and
I just
Barella
remembered. I just remembered Ziyech, Kepa, and Lukaku. They're coming back.
We got a lot of mess. I'm telling you. Like
oh my
this
goodness!
mess is.
I just thought about it because I just saw Lukaku's comments from Fabrizio Romano.
Not
This
just
guy is
that.
literally saying is either back to Chelsea or I'm staying at Roma.
What about Saudi?
Yeah.
No, he's going to go to Saudi, I think.
Look, lads, it's not even like already Ziyech, Kepa, Lukaku. That's going to be a mad drama again in the summer. Don't worry about that. We have new dramas brewing, maybe. Like, what's the go with Mudryk? What's going to happen with Mudryk?
Madueke.
What's going to happen with
Mudryk is
Madueke?
staying. Madueke, he's going on loan or he's going. You know what? He won't
We
even
need
get
at
a
least
loan.
2 wingers in the summer. Like, that's what people don't even deep. People talk about striker. We need at least 2 wingers because Sterling's
What
probably
about
gone.
Kani, man?
Mudryk and Madueke aren't good enough.
Sterling is gone.
We have no wingers
Okay.
like that are
Okay,
reliable.
so
We will not have any wingers. Sterling will have to go.
So basically, we're gonna ship out. So we're gonna ship out Sterling and Madueke, and bring out 2 other wingers.
We have to.
They
because
will
we
say
don't have any other
one
wingers.
of it is for Kendry Paez, right?
And
Unless you want to bring like
even
Angelo
think
Gabriel.
about-
Right.
And maybe Angela Gabriel might be one of them to come back. And don't even think about getting anyone top range in the wingers position.
Like Rafael Leao.
Only
They
think
will,
about
they will
under
say Kendry
23s.
Paez, miss.
Nah, he can't come in until until
he's
the
coming
next
in
season.
2025.
He's not old enough.
He's coming in 2025.
Yeah.
But
Brighton are selling Mitoma apparently. That's what they say in the summer. So
we ain't getting Mitoma.
Him.
Brighton's gonna sell Mitoma for 70 to 100 million.
I
We
don't think
ain't
he'll go
getting
for that much
Mitoma.
though. I don't know. He's not had an amazing season this season. I think he'll probably go for like 60 or something.
Trust me, it doesn't matter. Trust me,
Will
it
you
doesn't matter.
will you try for a loan
It's
signing
Brighton.
of Jack Grealish?
Is that why we were linked with Nico Williams recently?
Nick Williams, he's good. Yeah, to
He's
be
actually
honest,
good. I like
he's
Nico Williams.
actually
He has
good.
a
He's
he has a
actually
release
good.
clause, right?
Yeah,
How
50
much is
million.
the release clause?
Yeah,
How
I
much
think
is
it's like
the
50 or
release
60. 50 or 60.
Yeah,
something
50
So
like
that's
million,
probably the price
euros.
range we're looking at, aren't we? That's probably the price range. And he's
Yeah,
probably not
we're
going to
looking
be
around
asking for too
50,
much
40.
wages. He's probably on peanuts at the moment in Athletic Bilbao. Like he's
I
probably
think
on
he
like
was on
basic wages.
Yeah, I think he can be more than 100k. He can
that.
be.
He's actually good. But the thing is about Nico Williams in Bilbao, actually, you see he's surrounded by experienced players, like all across the team. If you pluck him out of Bilbao and then throw him into Chelsea,
He
for the kids
literally
again,
has his older brother as the star guy.
yeah, he's just going to
You're
drown
right.
again under all of
Yeah,
these
he's
kids. Because
This is what people don't realize. Like they keep saying, "Oh, Caicedo's rubbish, Enzo's rubbish." Have a look at when they were operating in the previous clubs. Like these are not rubbish players. They've just been thrown into a rubbish situation at Chelsea.
Yeah.
if we had
Yeah,
a
right.
midfield 4 of Kante, Kovacic, Caicedo, and Enzo, I think Caicedo and Enzo would look a lot better with a Kovacic and a Kante than
sure.
how they look
Oh
now.
yeah. Oh
For
yeah.
sure,
Oh yeah.
bro.
That's why
Without a shadow of-
Chouameni, Camavinga, Valverde, they all look good because they have a Modric beside them, have
Tony Cruz
Cruz
beside them.
Even before that, they had like a Casemiro. So they learn from these players. They play alongside each other. So even
100%.
even when Real Madrid are underperforming, the blame gets put on a Modric or a Casemiro. It doesn't get put on a Camavinga or Chouameni.
That's the thing.
Right now, when Chelsea
This
are
was why.
underperforming,
This was why. I hate to say it, but this was why I actually wanted to renew Jorginho's contract when we got Enzo. I really wanted to renew his contract so Jorginho could, Enzo is young. Like we actually forget that this guy is 22 years old.
we saw Jorginho for peanuts anyway, 10 million. Like, what did it actually do for us? 10 million. It was
That's the thing.
better to probably
It did
keep it.
nothing.
You
In fact,
can
it
just-
helped Arsenal. It's helping Arsenal.
Yeah,
spent-
just give him like one.
You spent 10 million
just
on
give him-
Jorginho. You sold Georgie for 10 million, sorry, just to spend 20 million on a David Washington. So it's like, what are you even doing with the money?
It
That's
did
the
nothing.
thing.
Doesn't make any
And
sense.
Constantine, you can just give him like 1 year extra. You don't have to give him like 3-5 years. Just give him 1 year. He will accept it. Just say, hey, we have like you have to stay. You have to be a mentor to these young kids. It would just say, okay, how much am I playing? Here and there, fine. Let Enzo learn from Jorginho. Bring in Caicedo. Let them learn from these Thiago Silva, Jorginhos, and still Cover, because Cover he was done. He didn't want to stay. Kante, you can argue with the injuries and all that. You can argue with
But Kante,
Kante.
since he left Chelsea, he's not been injured from what I've seen. So I think it
Yeah,
was
that's true.
good to keep him.
Yeah, so that's okay. So now
But with Jorginho, is actually a good point because he's also a Portuguese speaker. He's Brazilian by heritage. So someone like Andre Santos, he could help him settle in a lot
Yeah,
more.
that's
if
the
we were to keep him.
thing. This guy
Like,
speaks
all of these
Italian,
things matter off
Spanish,
the
and
pitch.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
He can communicate with everyone. So
And
This
he was
is
the
why
vice
I
captain,
said-
right? So he
This
was
is
probably
why I've
promoted
said
as captain.
recently. Sorry, go on, Van.
I mean, it's all right.
This is what I was saying recently. I know a lot of people are hating on this player. Oh, he's holding us back. He's this, he's that. We can't play the high line. This is why I said keep Thiago Silva for one more season because the team needs it.
yeah,
He's
miss, I
a
agree.
leader that at least some of these players can look up to. Take Thiago Silva out of this team. Next season, who are these players looking up to? Like they're all same age as each other.
Thiago Silva leaves.
They're
and then
gonna look
Sterling
up to
leaves.
Disasi, man.
The oldest player, I think it will be Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell was like 26, 27.
Yeah,
So out of a 25-man squad, Ben Chilwell next season will be your oldest player. He's like 27 himself. That's ridiculous.
I completely agree with Miss. We actually need Thiago Silva to renew just for 1 year. Not just bring it on for like 20 minutes if you want to shut up shop. Apart from that, this guy ain't playing.
100%. You think Silva will say no to that? I'm pretty sure Silva will be okay to feature from the bench.
Of course he would. He's just a bench player. When you want to shut up shop, just bring him in for the last maybe 10, 20 minutes. Shut up shop. Be a role model for the young kids. You have you can stay in London. He's basically a player coach. That's basically what he is.
But you guys are forgetting the reports. Like Gemma came out a few months ago that he was a bad influence in the training ground. His standards were too high. Like all of these things.
Oh yeah, his standards were too high.
Basically,
God.
what Cristiano Ronaldo
Standards are
had
too
when he
high.
was at United.
Standards were too high. That's
Because
an
that clearly
issue
came
these
from
days.
someone in the club. Yeah, the standards are too high. So he has to go.
That's the reason why we're failing. The standards are too high. That's mad.
CAA
That's
Mafia,
mad.
man. Thiago Silva, you don't need to be a leader. You just need to be a role model for the young figures. That's what you need to be.
Just ignore him, bro. Don't worry. If we look at every single one of these people in the live chat all the time, I sometimes get into problems like that.
Don't worry,
you're gonna
Brandy.
get mad.
I've been called false prophet. Everything.
Yeah, you're gonna get mad. You're gonna get upset. You saw a couple of weeks ago how upset I was getting with the live chat. But the best thing is
that's
just
true.
just ignore, bro. You're not gonna make everyone happy. People are gonna say a lot of stuff, and they have the right to say it. No problems. So, but anyway, Vinayak, thank you so much for this super chat. Would have liked a comment, but appreciate that nonetheless. People, we're gonna slowly wrap things up. When's the press conference? Is that coming up soon?
Yeah, that should be today.
Like, is that coming up in like an hour or something, or an hour and a half or something like that?
Yeah, it's around one.
Pochettino's press conferences are something else,
UK
man.
time.
Yeah, his press conferences are rubbish anyway. But we might circle back after the press conference. I might get some food, and then 12:30. Okay, so about an hour and a half away or so, and then might do a live after that. See what's going on. Talk about the Man City game. What's there to talk about, really? My preview is just going to be we're going to lose. That's
the press conference. Man City played on Tuesday, right? So surely by Poch's logic, we should be ready for the game to win because we've had a
we should be winning.
Yeah,
we should be winning. Right?
Man City were in Denmark on Tuesday, so
we on Denmark. We were nowhere near Denmark.
Yeah, we were in England and training. So
can someone can a journalist actually ask that question can more time give you advantage because you not played?
The journalists are
Oh,
honestly,
I
they make
would
me
love
sick,
to
miss.
hear Poch's response. I would love to hear Poch's response
The
to that.
journalists, they're all just sheep. They all just nod their heads. They don't ask any proactive questions. They don't think on their feet and say, "Oh, you said this 2 weeks ago. Now you're saying this." They just say, "Oh, yes, Poch,
they
no
don't
Poch."
ask these type of questions because they don't want to be banned from the
That's
so
the thing.
next
They
embarrassing.
don't
press
want to be
conference.
banned. They don't want to be
You
know,
banned. That's
when
the
we lost against Aston Villa at home in the Premier League, they played in the Europa League on the Thursday in Poland. On the Thursday night, they played in Poland. They came to Sunday, Stamford Bridge, and they beat us. And then when Poch makes all of these excuses, Wolves had an extra day, Man United had a day's rest. Like, why don't a journalist say, Poch, you lost against Aston Villa at home? They were in Poland
because
on
then
Thursday.
that journalists will lose their job. That's it.
They
So
will
how
be
do you
banned.
make
their
excuses
family,
about
bro.
days rest? We had a whole week to prepare. Aston Villa were in Poland on the Thursday, and we lost at home. So how are you
Journalists
saying
need
Wolves
to-
had an extra
Bro,
day's
that
rest?
journalist is gonna lose his license, man.
Journalists need to get paid.
He's gonna lose his
Constantine,
life.
bro. They gotta get paid.
Bro,
They can't
that
lose
brother
their job
needs
like that. Come on.
that brother. He just wants simple questions. That's all they want. That's all they want.
Yeah.
They don't want these
And even the simple
complicated.
questions, he's talking about the stock markets and the farms and all of these things.
Bro, let him talk. That's the funny thing. Let him talk. They getting paid. They getting paid. They getting paid.
Too funny, man. Too funny. All right, lads. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna be hungry. I'm gonna get something to eat. And
Amazing conversation, man.
top conversations, man. Honestly, I learned so much today. Some things that I learned probably hurting my head. But it is the reality of it. It is the reality. But yeah, I'll see if I do a live stream after the press conference. But we'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and to the panel, take care as well.
Take
Much
care, guys.
appreciated.
Big
Smash
up.
up the like
Take care,
button.
guys.
If you're here for the first time, subscribe. I'll see you guys very soon.
See you guys.
See ya. Bye.